Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
I was playing a show highlight from yesterday for the family last night, the one that I shared with the both of you.
Who's Johnny?
It was a different show highlight.
It was who's something.
You know, it's personal growth. I looked in the mirror last night before I went to bed, which is always a tough thing for me. And I said, you know what? And I winked at myself and I batted my eyes and I said, this is growth, because at most points in my career, I would have put that video out publicly and said, this is funny. And it is. But then I thought, you know what? Just grow up. You're a dad with kids and a mortgage. Act your age.
That show highlight was so much better than I thought.
Agreed.
For multiple reasons.
I had to go back and look.
Part of it, I think, is the audio is fantastic.
It's so terrible for the audience too. They're like, "What?"
But the video is actually interesting.
I purposely, because you had a reaction to something that happened during an interview, and so I looked at both of our reactions. And I went, "Okay," like I just basically I started to lose it, so I had to turn. I couldn't look at you.
Well, the part that you sent, it's just zeroed in on me.
Yes.
So
yes,
the thing that happens seems like it would have been performed by me.
Oh, that's a good point.
So like when you see it, it's kind of, I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say, whoever shot it.
Yeah.
That's what they say. It was not, no. It was.
How come I did not get any comments from that? Did you? I know it wasn't put out publicly.
You mean from our third party?
No, from others that watch and listen to the show.
Well, I did. There are a couple of friends of ours that saw the video that I sent it.
Okay, but without the assistance.
You're talking about our listeners?
Yeah. When it actually
because
happened.
I don't think anyone picked up on it.
That's surprising.
Including our microphones.
Really?
Not a single. Every time something like that happens, this is such inside baseball right now, and I apologize. Just deal with it. Every single time something like that happens, I look immediately at the YouTube chat and I look at the text line to see if anyone will comment.
Yeah.
Not a single person. So it was just for us.
Okay. Well, thank you.
But just it is almost like an SNL thing where I just enjoy like you're like Bill Hader and I'm John Mulaney. Like I take such joy in trying to get you to break.
Yeah.
But the problem is I Stefan myself too. But anyways, I was showing them that. And then
what was their reaction?
Oh, they were crying.
Yeah.
Crying. Absolutely crying. You were the funniest part of that video by a long shot.
Not on that part.
I think you were.
I have to look at it.
Your reaction was the funniest part of that video. And I would tell you that probably our friend Sean Cunningham agrees.
Oh,
Jody.
Okay.
Agrees. Couple of So anyways, good morning, everybody. And then the point is that I
every time you've done that.
Every time.
Well, not every time.
Not every time. That
get it.
Hey, I'll see. Last night was late night Domino's. Pepperoni and sausage on one end, and surprisingly, I'm going to take a moment and talk about jalapenos. I am. Jalapenos are a little bit like Phoenix to me, which is BS in the following way. You know how, like in Forrest Gump, he says life is like a box of chocolates?
Yeah.
You know what would have been equally as appropriate for him to say, life is like a jalapeno. You never know what you're going to get. Dude, I have had jalapenos before that taste like, I mean, not exactly like this, but best way I can describe is somebody put a tiny bit of a bell pepper with some black pepper on it on top of something. And it's like, oh, that's a nice peppery accoutrement to what I'm eating. And then there's last night where I did an Alfredo sauce. It's Alfredo sauce, chicken, jalapeno, and fresh diced tomato is what we are. It's a nice little change up, right? Mm-hmm. And we've had it before. There's a little spice to it, no problem. Dude, every single jalapeno in there was just like a bomb dropping in your mouth. It was insane. And I understand the science of a jalapeno. It's the ribs and the seeds and the this and the that and different ripening stage. I get it, but there has to be, and maybe there is a way, although I don't know how there would be a way on a cooked pizza, that you can look at a jalapeno and at least prepare yourself a little better, because a jalapeno needs to decide what it wants to be. Are you going to be a nice peppery addition, or are you going to cause me pain then and later?
Right.
And that's what happened. So we're sitting around doing that, and I said, oh, guys, have you heard this song? To my kids, I know they haven't. And so I put on Here's Johnny, or who's Johnny? Here's Johnny. Here's Johnny. That'd be a weird song. And I'm just grooving out to it. And, man, I don't know if I've ever had more of a, dude, you have lost it, you're over the hill look from my daughter than that. But
wasn't feeling it?
Wasn't feeling it. And last night was interesting because I was unfortunately kind of forced to be that guy. Last night was the combined choir and band performance at my kid's school. I've got my daughter in band and choir, my son in band, playing his little Magoo clarinet. And guess what? It started at 7 and it went to just after 9. As a matter of fact, to give you an idea, as soon as the band thing was over, I paused to go up to see the kids. I stayed in my seat because there was about 23 seconds left.
You can't affect the impact.
Well, I had to see how it turned out.
Right.
It was almost perfectly timed. So I'm trying to I've got one AirPod in on the right side because I sat on the far right, and then I put it in my right ear so nobody could see.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting next to my wife who gets it, but still is I have the brightness turned all the way down on my TV, on my phone. And I'm just kind of it's in my lap the whole time. I'm just glancing.
Sacktown Sports app.
There's a story that is so bad about what happened, and I hate to do this. I can't share it on the air. I literally can't. I cannot. It is that bad. It is
about you and
about me. Here's the top of the story. It was a musical number from the advanced band, whatever. It was a classical number.
What was it?
I don't know what the hell the name of it was, but it was a part where
what part of the game was it? That part you
It
probably
was the
know.
Malik Monk shot.
Okay. Like the dagger?
Yeah, that one. And I'm watching, and I'm like, and it's like the part of the classical song where it's like, like it gets quiet and all that. And
so you controlled yourself.
I didn't. Well, I did sort of, but I was. When you have noise in your right ear and noise in your left ear, sometimes you ever had somebody who has headphones on and they're talking to you and they're like, "Hey, so I went to the park," and you're like, "Bro, I'm right here."
Yeah.
So here's all I did. I didn't do the thing where I stood up.
Right.
I simply did this. That's what I did.
Simply?
Right fist pump and just in your face.
I love this music. This is moving me.
Like that. What
would your wife say?
She didn't say a word.
No. Okay. But is that how she would describe the noise you made?
Oh, I thought you said what'd she say then? I think she'd say I'm fairly accurate.
Okay.
And the claws in my right knee, because her hand was on my knee, or left knee. Like there might actually still be scars. Like she violenced me last night with her hand. She scratched my knee.
Set the screen.
And I completely deserved it. Let's just say this. The specific song before it started, the teacher got up and made a speech about the song, about something that had happened. It was a very sobering, very sad lead-in and a dedication. And the song was very moving.
Yeah, you were moved.
I was. I was paying attention. I listened, but I was it was bad, dude.
Did the song mean king in Arabic?
When I tell you guys off the air, you'll go, "Oh yeah, you can't tell that story on the air." And when I tell you off the air, you'll be like, "Oh my God." So we got a lot to talk about.
I guess.
What a win. What a win.
Thought you guys said they would lose.
You predicted they were going to lose, Jason Unity. You can't say that the Cavs are cold because you're going to mess with the game tonight.
Oh, that's him, but he's really doing it because of what we said about him jinxing it yesterday. I had to figure that out for a second. I guess you and I are in the crosshairs today. You know what? I'll take it.
I won't.
Yeah, slap my butt.
Fight it.
Call me Frankie. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Frankie.
Yeah, you do whatever.
Do that every day.
So we're going to talk about that.
We bring the boom. That's what we do.
I know he's listening, so he's
Yeah.
going to enjoy that.
Kelly Brothers is going to join us. He is, in fact, he is good at business.
Good at business.
Sam is, let's just be clear. Sam's on the slopes today. They had some snow. He asked us if he could move to tomorrow. We said, sure, why not? We got plenty.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
He is with his ski poles. That works.
That's funny because he was at the game. I mean,
Yeah, he made the game, but couldn't be bothered this morning.
Wow.
Like, I have to spend time with my family.
for a while I thought I wasn't going to be on at 8.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh,
That was from you.
that was from, yeah. Multitasking.
Yeah.
Not well. So Kelly's going to join us. So we have other people, right? I don't know. I don't have the paper in front of me.
Not today.
Not today. All right. Well, you know what we have?
We don't need anything today.
Oh, do I? Okay. We have Kelly Brothers. We have our phone calls. We have our texts. We have our chats. And we have a Kings win. And we have the start of March Madness. Oh, my God. Sit back, relax. It's Kingsaholics Anonymous Yay Edition right here on Sacktown Sports as we drive towards the play-in. Our brand new Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Rams. Oh, by the way, sorry. I was incredibly multitasking yesterday because not only was I doing those, but also I was doing my best to help the people with the great camera angle controversy from last night. Are you even aware of this?
I actually am, but I have no idea of the content. I mean, I got a message. I don't know what this means.
I got all the background. Was in deep conversations last night with people that know things, and boy, oh boy, was there a kerfuffle during the game yesterday. And much like the kerfuffle you deal with at one of those big car dealerships where you go in, you see the thing online. We've all been there. It could be on Facebook, it could be wherever. It's like, oh, wow, that new truck I've been looking at. Hey, $30,000? That's a steal at twice the price. And you go in there and whatever slick salesman comes up to you and is like, yeah, no, 30. Let me go back and talk to my guy. Okay, no problem. Yes, 30,000. We can do that. Yes, your credit score is 800. No problem. By the way, it's 30,000, of course, but then you get the contract and it says like 42. What is this? Oh, well, it's a landing fee and contract fee, California State University Stanislaus fee, and light the beam fee, and don't make noise during your daughter's recital fee, whatever it is. That's not the case. The price you see is the price you pay at Hoblet. Family owned and operated. That's why they've been in business for so long. That's why they have so many repeat customers like myself, by the way. Search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. Get up there soon. Save yourself some money. Get ready for summer. Hey, tell me good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. We'll take a break. When we come back, leading off, it's next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app. Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Rebound, Mitchell, up fake, launches from the corner for 3. It's too late. It didn't make any difference. The Sacramento Kings have proved and pulled off the improbable with a victory tonight over the Cavaliers. 123-119 is the final. On a night without 2 starters, on a night without one of the key rotation players, on a night when they started out by scoring only 15 points in the first quarter, they end up winning it 123-119. And for only the second time this season, Cleveland saddled with a 3-game losing streak.
That's so funny in a weird way, dude, that Cleveland has 13 losses this year, and 6 of them have come on 2 separate 3-game losing streaks. You take away those 6, and they literally have 7 other losses that have been spread out.
Crazy.
It is crazy. Hey, who cares about Cleveland?
Yeah, it's about the Kings. The Kings rock.
43 in the third. What the HE double hockey sticks is that about?
I don't know how you were at the recital in that first quarter, how you were taking in the game, but woof.
It was stinky poo, as Marty McNeil would say, R.I.P.
I mean, the way it was going, I'm like, I didn't have high hopes for the game.
Right.
It got worse as the day went along when you find out that LaRavia and LaVine are out. You start that way, like, oh, this matchup looks bad. This is going to be really, really bad. And then it was about as sweet as it gets.
Let me see here. 76, 106, so 108 to 97. Is that right? The Kings outscored the Cavs in the final 3 quarters.
Yeah, I mean, they were still close in the first, even only scoring 15. But yeah, if you would have told me they were, 2 of 18 to start.
Yeah.
They would shoot over 50%, get to 123.
Weren't they in single digits after the first in 3-point percentage? It was like 8%.
Oh, yeah.
Or something.
It was awful. And to get to that number against a top 10 defense and then beat them as well with the guys, I mean, that was improbable.
They also, there was, what was it? Was it an 11-2 run in the first quarter by Cleveland? I want to say they went on. I think they went on an 11-2 run. Maybe it was a 7-point lead. And I just remember watching it going, this is be a long night.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let's go. And, no Sabonis, no LaVine, no Jake LaRavia, which still.
Yeah. Clearly better without the 3 guys.
And it's funny because this is what I want to discuss today. Because they kind of are.
Yeah.
But at Big Ash. This, to me, Jason, goes back to what we talked about ad nauseum and will continue to talk about at the end of the first quarter against the Grizzlies. There's no way on God's green earth that last night's team that beat Cleveland is more talented than a team that also throws out Zach LaVine and Domantas Sabonis. Mm-hmm. You're talking about two borderline all-star caliber, and Sabonis' case should be an all-star caliber player. How can you possibly make a case that they're more talented last night without those two guys? And Jake LaRavia, who's...
Yeah, it's important to what they're doing.
Important to what they're doing. But I think that's kind of where we've been going is it's not NBA 2K. It's not about add all the player ratings together and here's the total and that's more than the other team. Yeah, you win. It's not fantasy basketball where you're just trying to get the player that's putting up the most numbers at each position. What you had again last night, because in part, it is my opinion, because in part Sabonis and LaVine were out, was you had very, again, defined roles. You did not have DeRozan and LaVine sharing the floor. You had guys getting more minutes than they normally would. And by the way, you had Devin Carter.
Yeah, and then the other part of the game, too, is like, we've all year long, we always do, who starts. No, it's not about who starts. It's who finishes. I'm watching the end of the game going, not even like beginning of the season, a week ago.
Yeah.
Are we seeing a lineup that has Monk, DeRozan, Lyles, Murray, and Carter?
No.
To finish the game against the league's best team.
Nope.
And they were awesome.
And allowing Devin Carter, sometimes when you go, well, who is this coach and what's he all about? Sometimes it's very difficult. There's certain top line things you look at to grade a coach, obviously wins, losses, rotations, and all that. But I want to give so much credit to Doug Christie and that coaching staff last night because you threw a rookie who still is he's not even halfway through his rookie year because of the injury. You threw him in there against Cleveland and those were his first crunch time minutes of his career. And to have the cojones to stick with that. And he rewarded him.
Yeah, he was awesome.
I
thought Memphis was his best game. This one was way better.
31 minutes for Devin Carter last night. And oh, by the way, 36 points with just 4 participants off the bench. And really, of those 36 points, 29 came from Trey Lyles and Devin Carter. It was who, by the way, both of those guys had equal to or more minutes than either Keon Ellis or Jonas Valanciunas. That's the key.
Yep.
It worked against Memphis. It worked against Cleveland. These are not flukes. It doesn't mean it's going to work every time. You're going to have every lineup's going to have stinkers like Cleveland in some aspects did. But God, I don't know, man. They missed Darius Garland, and that caught my eye early. Darius Garland was out because of rest.
Yeah.
Rest. Which tells me, hey, we're going in sack. Let's start. Yeah. We're fine.
Right. And they are as far as standings. But,
sure.
OKC does pass them in the overall best record now.
Yes.
And who knows? That could be a factor later, but we'll see.
Also, we got to move on here again because I was partially distracted. I forget what quarter it was. Was it the third? But do you happen to know, was it a 9-0 Evan Mobley run that he went on? Or 11-0?
I don't know if it was all him. I should look it up. But, yeah, that was after the Kings went nuts. 14-0 run, take that 11-point lead. I'm like, oh, my gosh, they're actually going to win this game. And in moments, it's gone. It was 12-0 total. Cavs, they were up one. A lot of
I'll have to look at the play-by-play because I swear to God, again, I was partially distracted. But I'm like, is Mobley on like a 9 or 11-0 run? Right? It's like all Mobley.
Yeah.
He's really good.
He is.
Look, we spent a lot of time on that for good reason. When we come back, we'll get to the audio. We're going to spend a couple segments on the audio because we always try to smush it in. We've also got March Madness to talk about. Kelly Brothers will join us. Kings Bowls tonight. Kevin Huerter, Red Velvet Revenge.
Man.
God, there's a lot going on. It's a happy day here at Sacktown Sports, and hopefully for all of you right here on 1140. Great out there.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the three. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings. news.
Free wellness. Red light therapy, infrared, trim pod, cold plunge, halo therapy, sunbeds, and more. All free during Wellness Weekend at California Sun Wellness Spas. No sign-up required. Free at all California Sun Wellness Spa locations this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. CaliforniaSun.com.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one, and if you want to save on a new Ford, you got to drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
My wife was like, I want to go to Hawaii and I want to bring the kids. And I was like, whose kids?
Jim Gaffigan. Everything is wonderful.
I spent the entire time applying and reapplying sunscreen, which thankfully makes my skin whiter.
Jim Gaffigan. A night of all new material. Saturday, March 29th. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Paul Mitchell, The School, Sacramento, and Stoney's Rockin' Rodeo. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home? Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigiOJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry, from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older, have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigiOJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit, with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at PrestigiOJewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code SACTOWNSPORTS at checkout to save 10%.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is what makes us different from other law firms. At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether we need to file suit, or even take it all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to you and your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-444-2013. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-444-2013. That's 800-444-2013. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
I don't want to bring down the mood, but I kind of look at this as a look, it's going to be serious for a second, but just bear with me. Many of you do not know, some of you do know a guy by the name of Kevin Phippen. Kevin was and is a integral part of the Here We Stay movement, like so many who don't get the credit they deserve. And I've gotten to know him through the years, and the whole Phippen family is one of those foundations. The Phippen family, foundational blocks of any. You look at the Kings fan base, and it's made up of a lot of individual pieces, and then I like to look at them as blocks, families that are just all in, go to the games, do their thing, and have the flag out front. Any fan base has these blocks, and no one's a bigger fan, and no family is a bigger fan of this team than Kevin. So anyways, Kevin, as will often happen, had tickets to last night's game, going with his dad. And then I read yesterday morning that his dad passed overnight. And and I've met his dad before a couple times, super cool dude. They're just, again, I can't stress enough, just a great group of human beings, a great family, and obviously, horrible news. So I can't remember if he took his wife. I can't remember who he took. It was a family member last night. And Jason, you recently went through a passing, and you were at work. Then, some people it's just, hey, I need to take time away. And some people it's like, I need to keep going because everything else is this. I need a distraction. So go to the game last night. It's Cleveland. Goes there. Maybe the best game of the year. I think certainly the best home game of the year. We'll talk about Boston later. And then last night, as he was leaving, he sent me this picture. It's the beam lit up, and then because it was cloudy and rainy, you see the beam kind of making the clouds glow purple, and this purple rain, shout out Prince, coming down. And obviously, that's all about. They got this for my dad. Really he's cool. Watching, and it just, again, I know it's a tough topic, but also I think we take a moment in between, like, oh, should they blow it up? Should they rebuild? Fox, this drama, blah, blah, that we all get. Sometimes it's okay to just say, those are one of those things that really kind of underline, especially after a win like that. It goes so much, what is it, Crown Downtown would always say, so much bigger than basketball. Yeah. So much more important than basketball and all that goes with it. It truly is a community asset, the pride and the tradition and the loyalty and all that. So I've got the Phippen family in my mind yesterday, today. If you know them, maybe spare a kind word. And obviously, by the way, they're not the only ones who've gone through something like this. And I would imagine there's people out here right now hearing this story that are able to identify with it. Those wins are not just for those in the building. Those wins are not just for those watching at home or listening to Gary Gerald. Those wins are for those who are no longer with us that have been with this team for so long. So that being said, let's get to the highlights. And hey, how about the first Kings score? Was Malik Monk's shot.
So each team has had a turnover here. Kings looking to dent the scoreboard on their third trip. Valanciunas hands it off to Monk straight away. Going for the 3 ball. Scores the triple. And Sacramento has the advantage by 1 at 3-2.
I know. I love hearing the Monk sound in the background. It was an ugly first quarter, but Markelle Fultz got some early run. He gets a steal.
Drives, has the ball deflected. Good hands by Malik Monk. Runs into the front court, hesitates, drives on Mitchell, gives it up now to Fultz, comes toward the right baseline, comes back out to the wing, gives now to Lyles, to Monk, throws to the left side. Best ball movement we've seen. 3 on the way. Keegan Murray, good. Now that was encouraging, that particular set.
Malik Monk continues. Listen, this is end of the quarter. Could have been a lot worse. Cavs with a 10-point lead, and Malik wants to cut it to lucky number 7.
In attack mode, goes high glass, too strong, no good. Grabbed by Carter of Sacramento. 8 seconds to go. Devin races front court. Gives it up now to Fultz. To Malik, straight away for 3. Score the triple. 2.5 seconds left. Inbounds pass goes to Ty Jerome. He measures on the right side, now drives, gets off a 2-point floater that's no good. Well, the Kings have a little bit of a surge to life here in the final minute and a half of the opening quarter.
All right, so we get in the second quarter. Better than the first, back and forth. And Kings holding it to single digits. Unfortunately, Dean Wade gets an assist from Donovan Mitchell to end the quarter.
4 in the shot clock. Mitchell drives, up fake, spins the pass to the corner. 1 on the clock, 3 on the way. Score the triple. Great corner placement and the knockdown from Dean Wade. 56-47, and the quarter ends, half ends, without the Kings getting a shot off.
Okay. All right. So they're keeping it close, 68-64 after a Keegan putback after a Valanciunas tip attempt. Enter Devin Carter, the rookie, and we pick it up with that big rainbow shot.
Time of the second half. Gives to Trey Lyles, back out to Carter, drives it hard to the right, swings out toward the right corner, 6 on the possession, dribble alive, step back, rainbow 3, bottoms it. Well done, Devin Carter. It's 72-71. It's a 1-point ball game.
You know, it just occurred to me, Monty has drafted 3 first-round guards, and 2 of them have 2 of the biggest rainbow shots in the league. I wonder if that's something they look at with Davion Mitchell and Devin Carter. Yeah. Not only does Devin Carter, though, have
even Halliburton.
That is, you know what? That is true. He has the weird release.
Yeah, but it goes way up there.
Goes way up there. I wonder if that. Got to ask him next time. Do you actually guarantee you, Monty McNair and his crew have access to numbers that show the average height of somebody's jump shot?
Probably.
They guarantee you they have it. But not only Jason, and spoiler alert, if you didn't know this, not only can Devin Carter hit a 3, but apparently Devin Carter has hops. You know he has hops? And I'm not talking beer either, by the way. God, I hate this stupid thing. Hold on. Why, Chris, did you do something? Why is it's playing, but we can't hear? Is that something on your end? I'm just going to pause for a second. We've had an issue for like the last 2 months with the media player we use. Yeah. And it's got about sometimes a 3 and sometimes a 5-second delay from after I fire it. So what we have to do is we have to time our double click of the highlight to try to mesh with when we're done talking. In other words, hitting the post. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there's these weird pauses. I know that sounds weird. It certainly sounds weird to me. We apologize, but, Windows Media Player, it's amazing. Here's Devin Carter. Nope, apparently, let's see.
Which one are you trying to play?
I'm trying to play the steal and the dunk to make it 77-74.
What number?
That would be number 19. And I'm wondering if that's just the actual highlight is empty. We'll find out in 2 seconds from Chris's end.
It appears so.
It's empty.
That solves the mystery.
That's a neat highlight to have empty, by the way. All right. How about, by the way, hey, he had a dunk and it was amazing. And like everyone was like, oh my God, what a dunk.
Here's a steal by Carter. Took it away from Jerome. Breakaway. Two-hand rip. Thrown down by Devin Carter. Oh, he enjoyed that moment. A steal and a conversion. Kings lead 70.
Some posters were made.
Yes.
By the way, we'll find out later in 3 in the Key how we did on the dunks, by the way. Here's Keegan with a nice flip 3, a 9-0 run.
Keegan Murray sidesteps the defender, launches the 3. He's got the triple. Kings on a 9-0 run. Lead this game by 6 at 80-74. Kings fans.
Kings fans were very, very happy. But what would happen next? Of course, would Cleveland get it together, call a couple timeouts, regroup, steal this game from the Kings, leave the fans in heartbreak? I don't know. You're going to have to stay tuned because we have the best part of the audio and the highlights coming up right after this. And a word from Gonzalez Law. We're right back on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, we all know that everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made some mistakes and made good on that past, but it still keeps following you around? We know about those situations, and sometimes you just want to get some freedom from that and kind of have it be able to restore some of your rights, maybe even your gun rights. Well, do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? The attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. You can find them at 916-304-9187 or sacklegaldefense.com. Again, they don't settle for less, and neither should you on some of these things from your past, so you can get that expungement to help clear your record. But also maybe there's an auto accident you're involved that you need some help or have some questions whether you need representation. Criminal defense, as we mentioned, sexual harassment cases, wrongful termination cases, many things out there could have happened, and you feel like I could use a little bit of help. Well, again, why don't you check out sacklegaldefense.com, 916-304-9187. That's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez, an attorney right here in our area, right in downtown Sacramento, and his case preparation and overall approach has resulted in life-changing results for thousands of clients. You could be one too. Again, 916-304-9187 or sacklegaldefense.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with turbo power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
We could all use more time. Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. I can see why they call it smart. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
It's Power Torque Tools DIY days at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Lifetime guaranteed Power Torque professional hand tools only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
I feel so alone.
I'm embarrassed to talk about it.
How can I help my kid if I can't help myself?
I can't remember when I wasn't stressed.
I don't like inside.
When you feel overwhelmed by your thoughts and emotions, it's okay to get help. You are not alone. CalHope is here for you with free, safe, and confidential mental health resources for youth, young adults, families, and you. Find support now at calhope.org.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
By the way, I brought the daddy charger in today because for some reason my phone didn't charge last night. If you need a charge, I've got you all covered, dude. This thing is literally a brick. It is a brick.
Oh, what was scary this morning was waking up on time and then looking at my phone to make sure the alarm's good. And, I didn't set any alarms.
You just happened to get up?
I would not work for me.
That's like the greatest.
That is
that's the greatest feeling when your body helps you out like that. I was nervous because we got back late last night, and then my daughter hits me at like 10:45. Daddy, can I borrow the speaker and microphone we have in the garage? We're doing this thing at school, and we don't have it. And I'm like, so then I have to like show her like how it has a little antenna that connects to it because it's a wireless microphone and all this crap, and she's not getting it. Anyway, it's like 11:30 when I went to bed last night. That's where you do like the extra alarms. What was the other thing I wanted to say too? Oh God, I just forgot it. It was something. It'll come to me in like 2 seconds, and then I'll be in the middle of something. Then I'll just rip the cord out and switch. All right, let's get back to it. Second half highlights. We pick it up. We just had a Keegan 3. It was a 9-0 run, 80-74, and then Devin Carter again making a difference.
There's a ball knocked away, safe from going out of bounds by Lyles. Climbing the ladder, coming away with it is Devin Carter. Races up the floor with the lead past him up. Throws a bullet inside to Lyles. Turns, scores. 87-76. The defense figured that opportunity.
More Carter making it happen. 87-76. But then the Cavs go on, let me do my math here. It's a 12-0 run with, I think this was it. I think that I got to look, but this was the Evan Mobley stretch. And he gets the Cavs back in the lead.
Now they look for the lead with 25 seconds to go. Here's Mobley again, puts up a shot, deflected by Lyles, but it still goes in. It's now a 12-0 run by the Cavaliers, and they've regained the lead. They're on top, 88-87. 15 seconds left in this third quarter.
Okay, so you have lots of thoughts during a game, right?
Yes.
Kings, terrible start, nice rally. They have that incredible run to go ahead.
Yes.
And in that moment, I was like, wow, this is going to be one of the greatest wins of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And as quickly as that run countered by the Cavs to put them ahead, I already started doing the show thought. I'm like, man, I don't want to be saying tomorrow, like, you know what? That was a really nice. I mean, if you play like that more times than not, when you've got all your guys, you're going to win a lot of games. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Right.
Like, this stinks. Like, they just had the lead, and they're probably now going to. I'm like, that was the cycle of emotions. I was like, they did a good job staying with this team. They got the lead. They're going to put them away.
Right.
Now they're in trouble. Oh, they're going to lose this game. That sucks.
And then we're coming in. Same thing.
Same feeling.
Where I'm sitting here thinking about the show today going, look, I really am proud of this team.
Yes.
They don't have Sabonis. They don't have LaVine. Like, they're playing against the Cavs who just lost 2 in a row, and they're pissed off, and they stayed with it. We wanted it. We didn't think they were going to win, but we wanted a solid effort. We're getting that effort. And then, of course, we're going to come on and do it. Everybody's going to be in a pissy mood, be like, oh, stop shilling for the team. A loss is a loss. And then everybody's angry and fighting with each other. And nope, that didn't happen. By the way, I thought it was an Evan Mobley 12-0 run. What I missed, Donovan Mitchell had a pair of free throws in there.
Just 10-0.
So, it was
slouch.
10 of the 12. God, that guy. And he ain't, what is he, 23?
Something like that. I mean, both ends of the floor.
22, 23, and also 4 of 5. Evan, he's 23. Remember in Happy Gilmore when he made that super long putt? He was like, somebody learned to putt or whatever he said.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's what Mobley's saying to the league when he learned to shoot threes.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
It was funny because there'll be a couple times during the game where there'd be a switch and you're like, oh, good. A big is on like Malik or a big is on, but the big was Mobley. I went, no, this isn't. Like Malik's trying to dance and go right, go left, shake him, get space. You're like, there's no space. He stays, his footwork, he's with him. And then his arms will make up the difference. You're like, oh boy, he's really good.
Yeah, he is really, really good. Number 3 pick in the 2021 draft. Cade Cunningham 1. Mobley 3, Scotty Barnes 4, Jalen Green, the number 2 pick in that draft. And that
That's
draft,
a good draft.
That draft is actually Jalen Suggs at 5, Giddey at 6, Kuminga at 7, Wagner at 8, Mitchell at 9. But you also have Alperen Şengün at 16, Trey Murphy in there, the wrong Jalen Johnson, sorry. Quentin Grimes. There's some pretty darn good names in there. Back to it. How about we end the third quarter with a Keegan Murray 3?
Inbound to DeRozan. Final seconds of the third quarter. Left wing feed Lyles. Goes back cross court. Open. Keegan Murray to beat the buzzer. He scores the three-pointer. Kings back on top. 1 and a fraction seconds left. Here's Donovan Mitchell. Waits until the red lights come on before he launches from well behind the midcourt line.
Evan Mobley gets the Moses Malone offensive rebound. Tips his own shot in to tie it up 109-109. DeMar gets a three-pointer that bounced in, 113-109. DeMar hits a midi, 117-114. And then Malik Monk with a beautiful jump.
Malik with 7 on the clock, 39 on the game clock, drives to the free throw line, pulls up 15-footer. He's got the two-pointer. Timeout taken by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
That was the That was the I did at the recital. Donovan Mitchell, hits that crazy three-pointer to cut it to 2. Malik Monk gets fouled, hits the free throws, and then here's your final possession and the G-Man on the call.
Going the length of the floor, they advance. Here's Mitchell, lost the ball, gets it back, surrounded by defenders, swings it. 3 on the way is missed by Ty Jerome. Rebound, Mitchell, up fake, launches from the corner for 3. It's too late. It doesn't make any difference. The Sacramento Kings have proved and pulled off the improbable with a victory tonight over the Cavaliers. 123-119 is the final. On a night without 2 starters, on a night without one of the key rotation players, on a night when they started out by scoring only 15 points in the first quarter, they end up winning it 123-119. And for only the second time this season, Cleveland saddled with a 3-game losing streak. What a monumental effort and win for the Sacramento Kings.
Not that you'd expect anything less, but vintage G-Man.
Vintage G-Man.
I mean, he was so good last night.
He
always is, but
I don't want to imply that like he never brings it,
right?
Because he does, but it seems much like a star athlete. His game rises with the moment as well. It's always a great line, but then the special moments,
he had more.
The A game becomes an A+ game. It's so awesome. We'll take a break. When we come back, where does this rank? Is this the Bewody? Is this the Gwody? I'll explain that. Is it just a Wody? We're going to lay that down. And also, doing it without Sabonis or LaVine, is there a lesson for us to learn here? We're right back with that after this.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-414-4420 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-414-4420 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-414-4420 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Ready for an early bird special? A new HVAC system replacement, both heating and cooling, for as low as $11,789. This is a limited offer and ends April 15th. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
T-Mobile home internet is all about speed, value.
What you doing, Zach?
I'm rehearsing. There are so many benefits. You got to talk fast.
T-Mobile home internet ranks #1 in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet by J.D. Power.
Wow, you are good.
Try singing it. T-Mobile has price lock.
They won't raise your rate on internet.
Hulu and Paramount Plus on them.
Get T-Mobile home internet all in for just $55 a month with auto pay and any postpaid voice line.
Additional terms apply. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
I'm Johnny Mosley with the Toyota Tahoe Report. Time to carve up new lines in your Toyota, because anytime you're skiing on a Thursday, that's a pretty killer Thursday if you ask me. Unsettled skies over the mountain, that's never stopped any of us, right?
Thanks, Johnny. Today will be chilly in the mid-40s with a mix of clouds and sunshine in the afternoon. Tonight will be partially cloudy with a low around 28. Tomorrow will be chilly again, cloudy with a high near 44. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home? Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigiaJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry, from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older, have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigiaJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit, with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at PrestigiaJewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code Sacktown Sports at checkout to save 10%.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblett of Hoblett Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Well, it's the Ram Truck Month sales event, and I know that means discounts.
Right now, you can save up to $17,500 off MSRP on new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. And we don't just have a few Rams. We have Northern California's biggest selection, with over 500 new Rams available.
It's the big city savings with the small town customer service.
Exactly. When you shop at Hoblet, you become part of the family. Plus, we don't just have big savings on Ram trucks. We have almost 200 vehicles at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter and over 30 under $20,000.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,500 total net savings after 10,500 factor rebates and 7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 2,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. 1,500 National Conquest dealer cash. Must currently own or lease a Ford, Chevy, or GMC brand vehicle. And 500 on-the-job upfit. Must show 500 plus eligible upfit. 5 of this net savings. Sample VIN 684-262. See dealer for details.
Sacktown Sports is bringing you the biggest live events in town. Whether you're rocking out or dancing the night away, check out the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. Get ready for an epic night out. Papa Roach and Rise Against take over Golden One Center March 29th. That same night, comedy legends Jay Leno and Arsenio Hall bring the laughs to Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Get ready to laugh your socks off. And for all you country fans, Lee Bryce and Walker Hayes hit Ironstone Amphitheater June 21st. Then head to Santa Rosa for Country Summer with Sam Hunt, Kane Brown, and Dustin Lynch, June 27th through the 29th. Then back to one of the most beautiful venues as Parker McCollum takes the stage August 16th at Ironstone Amphitheater in Murphys, California. Don't miss out. Find more info and score your chance to win tickets at SacktownSports.com. Again, get all the details on the hottest events happening in town and your chance to win tickets at SacktownSports.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
There's one guy in the text line every day. From the, I don't know, it does get me because it's consistent with the bit. From the 916, welcome back from vacation, Dave. We missed you. Hey,
How was it?
Good to see you back, Dave. Welcome back. Yes. Oh no, I'm starting to get crap in the chat about thinking they were gonna lose yesterday. I am 100% not apologizing for that. And I would warn people this too. When you're receipt clutching, especially on a day like today, look, if you want a show that is going to rah-rah, you have the wrong show. Yeah. Obviously, we're Kings fans. To think that the team was going to lose yesterday when our job is to analyze and predict. If you want to go back in time and say, well, it was easy to predict, well, then I would love to see your betting slip. Please show it to me. And some of you may have done that. I do not think it was inappropriate or outlandish or hating, maybe just my opinion, to think that without Domantas Sabonis, without Jake LaRavia, and without Zach LaVine, the Kings were going to lose to the Cavs.
Right.
By the way, had they had Domantas Sabonis, Jake LaRavia, and Zach LaVine, they would have been favored to lose.
Correct.
So if, and I'll give you an example, if you want a receipt grab after a win, imagine if later this year they're out in the play-in and I were to show up at your doorstep and say, hey, did you enjoy that Cleveland win? Because this is exactly what we told you was going to happen. How's that feel? Where are you talking now? Well, that's a terrible thing. We wouldn't do that. Be careful with your receipt clutching. I refuse to apologize for thinking this team was going to lose last night. And if that makes me a poor analyst of basketball, I'll wear that all day long because I'll join then there's a lot of poor analysts 100%. Love that they won.
Absolutely.
Love being wrong. Want it to happen many more times.
Yeah.
Many more times.
When we were on the show yesterday, it was part of it was Cleveland losing twice, Cleveland's record, Kings without Sabonis. It got worse when you found out LaRavia and LaVine were out.
Yeah, that
was later in the day.
That came after the show, and I think by game, I want to say when we started the show and first looked at the line, I think it was around it was 3 for Madness. So it was around 7:20. We looked at the line. It was Cavs by 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
That was 7.5 at tip-off. At least at the sites I was looking at, it was 7.5 at tip-off. So they were expected to not just win, but in the NBA, a 7.5 point line. It's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
But we've also talked about before. We've tried to make this point, if you listen regularly, that, and now we can get into this conversation about Sabonis and LaVine, that. And by the way, Zach LaVine was out for personal reasons.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's good today.
He's good today. And I hope everything, when you hear personal reasons, you worry. So
I never got the word, but I
hope everything's okay with him.
From others that he will be.
I saw him he was in the locker room when you saw him in the background when Malik Monk was doing his interview. He was in street clothes and said goodbye to Malik during his interview. So, should be, as you said, he'll be playing against his old team. But as we've talked about a lot, and I always use Kirk Reeder as the example, the old Giants pitcher. When you have new looks, it can give you an advantage, even if it's just a temporary one, because this is a film league. They study, and this is a much different look when you don't have a Sabonis, when you don't have a LaVine, and it can come in and surprise teams. And then they'll eventually adjust, and you have to adjust to their adjustments. Last night, they're prepping for whatever. They know Sabonis is out, but they're okay. DeRozan's here, LaVine's here. This is what we're going to do. LaVine's out now last minute. No LaRavia, fine, whatever. Okay, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I certainly think that ends up being an interesting monkey wrench in the whole thing, but I also don't want to make it seem like that's why the Kings won. Kings won because they outplayed, out-hustled, and out-executed.
Yeah, and then even the other part of that is like, okay, good. At least we know they have Valanciunas. He's going to start. He actually got his numbers, but I think more of the production came when he was off the floor. Ironically, last night, his plus minus, again, we don't put everything on that, was I think -17 in a game they won, and he started. And so the smaller lineup worked because they rebounded well, shot the ball, scrappy, all those things that we kind of loved in these hustle wins the last couple games.
100%. And one thing that wins like this do make you wonder from not a cynical standpoint, but just a frustration standpoint, is I look at a win like last night, and I look at a win like against Memphis, Ja or no Ja. By the way, remember when Ja was out last year with basically the same team, and they went like a 23-2 run? Like,
they're 15-10 without him.
Let's not act like they're terrible without Ja Morant. But I look at that and I go, how did this team get blown off the floor by Phoenix? How did this team? I don't mind you losing to New York and Golden State, but just not even showing up.
Yeah.
It's almost like dealing with a teenager.
Yeah.
It's completely unpredictable. If you want to try to predict this team, good luck. Good luck. Because of stuff like last night. But I would say if you take last night and you combine that with the end of the first quarter against Memphis, I really think there are some lessons here, and it's up to the coaching staff and the front office to hopefully take those lessons in practice and see that in both cases, not that they can't win with LaVine and DeRozan on the floor at the same time. I don't want to necessarily start that narrative, but it doesn't necessarily equal a good thing to add another one in the mix. You had very clear defining roles last night, and they executed their jobs almost flawless.
Yeah, and so when everybody is back, they've got to find that sweet spot of getting all of the good stuff of the talented players mixed in with all of the effort, energy, subtle things that those effort, energy, defensive type of guys do. And I don't think they've done that well enough yet. There's moments, but not well enough yet. And that's where you go, okay, I think universally everybody thinks they're deeper than they've been, but what's the ceiling? Well, these scrappy performances give you belief that, man, what can they do? Whereas before these two wins, it was like, are they going to win again?
Right.
This team's broken. We were talking about being broken.
Sabonis getting elbowed in the neck, nobody responding, them just absolutely rolling over.
Low points.
Right.
There'll probably be 9, maybe 10, but what is it? Now, I mean, again, they're still maybe in that exact same spot.
Yes.
But these 2 games just give you more of a belief, or like, okay, that's more acceptable. That could be what this team is.
And this is where, when doing the show, I think it's very important. Today is a day of celebration. Today is a day, and you're going to get the group that says, well, how did you not know this? You thought they were going to lose. But you're also going to get the group, by the way, that's going to roll in at some point, that's going to say, guys, they beat Cleveland. They beat Memphis. Great. Let's not forget they're 35-33.
Yeah.
They could lose to Chicago tonight.
Absolutely.
Here's what I would simply say. I don't have a problem because we get so upset at the losses. I never want to gatekeep happiness at wins.
Right.
It's time to enjoy and have fun. And let's get a little crazy with it. But hey, they come out tonight and lay an egg against Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
By the way, Chicago, Milwaukee, Boston, OKC coming up. I'll just make a prediction. Let's say they beat Chicago tonight. Everything's flying high, 3-game streak, and then they lay an egg in the next 3 at home, and we're going to be back to doing it. That's just the nature of, don't get too high, don't get too low, and don't try to predict this team.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Well, to your point on, I mean, I think you do need to enjoy one, especially like this. Like for the nights like the New Orleans game going into the break when people were just down. Understandably so. They should have been. That was a bad loss.
Yes.
Well, this is a really good win, and this should be appreciated and enjoyed. Unfortunately, they got to play tonight, so you can't, savor it too long. But that we got to acknowledge how great that win was.
We 100% need to. Let me take a look at something here because it was arguably the best win of the year. We've got NBA breaking news.
When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sacktown Sports breaking news.
All right, the Celtics have been officially sold to Bill Chisholm, the managing partner at Symphony Technology Group. He is purchasing the Celtics from the Bruce Beck family for a valuation. Have you seen this?
I just saw that.
Oh, you did see it. For a valuation of $6.1 billion. Billion. That is now the largest sale for a sports franchise in North America. Now,
I think it's safe to say the world.
I feel like it is, yeah. 6.1 billion, which is funny because there's other valuations that are higher. That's just the biggest sale. And it makes you wonder now, hey.
When are we going to say that's a bargain? Because some of these other, when the Kings were 500, it's like, oh my goodness. 500 million. That's long ago now.
I am old enough to remember when a bunch of us slumped in our chairs and started praying, whether we were religious or not, because a group in Seattle agreed to buy this team for $525 million, a record price for a team in Sacramento. Who the hell is going to come up with the money anywhere near to match that? This was 13 years ago, maybe 14 years. I think 13 years ago when that got announced. $525. That's ridiculous. They're overpaying. We're never going to find that money. There's no money like that here. $525. And then they end up selling for $535 and staying here. You want to talk about a pretty good investment.
Yeah.
$535, 13, 14 years ago. Now, look, the Kings aren't worth $6 billion. That's the Boston Celtics. But they're probably worth at least $4.
Yeah, there's a B in front of it.
And they're about to get a minimum of whatever $2 billion is divided by 30. So let's say the north side is $650 million from expansion. That's split between the teams. You're going to have two $1 billion teams coming in that split 30 ways. You're getting the influx from the TV. So if you want to know why sometimes we want to hold things accountable, it's because, hey, don't feel bad for anybody. And by the way, every single member of that Sacramento Kings ownership deserves every single penny. Don't get me wrong. They stepped up. They wrote the check. You deserve it. God bless you. We got a win last night.
Yep.
And that's worth $6.1 billion in my heart. We'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness. The Kings in Cleveland last night, and Red Velvet returned at home. We'll cover a lot next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about my friends, the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. March is pretty famous for a lot of things, but you want to make March a month to remember for you as you want to take advantage of their special that they have at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento right now. This month, $150 off a new garage door with the purchase of a new garage door opener. Take advantage of those savings and take advantage of this incredible company. Great people. We worked with them. So happy our doors are now almost 3 to 4 weeks old. So glad we did it. We had old garage doors. We've been in our home 20 plus years. The doors were well there before us, and old and antiquated. Basically had to literally lift the door open, had a lock on the side to keep it closed. Now we have smooth rolling garage doors, clean look, windows at the top. It's just so much better. We've got obviously remotes to open it. We got a key pad on the side. You can open it through the app. Just the functionality makes everything so much easier for us. And then the best part is the look. It looks great. Everybody's commented on how great the new garage doors look from the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. So we are so happy with them. You should check out their showroom. You can give them a call as well if you'd like and find out what other things they can provide for you. 916-421-3747, whether it's your existing doors that just need a little tune-up, you want brand new doors at your home, at your business. They work with everyone, and they've just been incredible in this industry for 70 plus years in Sacramento and counties surrounding Sacramento. They are the titans of the industry. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Kelly Brothers will join us at 7:28 with a little sports business. Take a quick look at our topics today for you so you can
more selling,
get your brain on.
Good business.
Giants sell some pieces to their team. The A's are still trying to sell. Apparently, the Japan has sold to the Dodgers, and then I expect we will talk. This is pre-Boston Celtics trade news.
Yeah.
I expect we will speak with Kelly a bit on the sale of the Boston Celtics. In the meantime, it's Christopher Law, 3 for Madness. Question 1.
In 1 or 2 sentences, how did the Kings beat the Cleveland Cavaliers last night?
One or 2 sentences. Okay. I can do this. By executing, hustling, being proactive, and on the front foot, and not letting themselves get distracted by pockets of negative play or positive play from the Cavs. They stayed with it, and they executed their plan. They imposed their will. That's what I'd say. They imposed their will on the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, I'm going to go
Put you about 7 right there.
You know what? I had it, and then I expanded.
Yeah, but to be fair, there's a lot of semicolons in those first couple sentences.
There were some commas, and I would prefer some dots. Jason.
The compete level was relentless. That's my sentence.
The compete level? Why'd you have to
And
say
he
that?
nailed it.
And he nailed it. 1 sentence. I'm Jason. I can compartmentalize my thoughts into 1 sentence. I say it in this voice because it makes it sound like it's a bad thing, but it's actually a compliment, and I'm just complimenting you, but I'm doing it in this voice. Hey, thank you. Hey, thank you. You're welcome. Question 2, please.
Question 2.
Why is this team so dang inconsistent?
In 9 sentences.
I think the team's so inconsistent because I think they're surprising teams. Now, look, we talked before, again, about different lineups will sometimes mess with teams. Now, the question is, eventually other teams, the more Devin Carter plays, the more they have these certain lineups, the more teams coming in to play the Kings or hosting the Kings are going to be able to break. Okay, this is what Carter does off of Trey Lyles, and this is what Murray's motion looks like when it's Keon, and they're going to pick up trends. And can the Kings continue to execute, or when defenses tend to catch up, or offenses, to be honest with you, will they be able to adjust as well? But I think they're inconsistent. A lot of it is injuries aren't a great thing for a team, but sometimes if there's a bright side to injuries, especially with high usage players, it completely changes the way the team plays. And they obviously are catching teams like Memphis and Cleveland off guard with some of these dynamic lineups.
Yeah, part of it is a little bit of self-inflicted. Look what they did to the roster. They changed the roster to start the season a little bit, more so during the season. I mean, let's go back to the beginning. You're playing with Fox and Huerter in the starting lineup. Mm-hmm. Those guys are gone. Now, last night, you got Valanciunas in the starting lineup, Keon Ellis. We're seeing more Carter and Lyles lately, LaRavia. So LaVine's now a part of the team. So part of it is that. Part you change coaches.
Yep.
So there's been a lot of change on the season, but the wild swings is a little bit hard to understand because, again, they just came off 4 games that they lost, where 3 of them they didn't have a chance to win. I mean, just totally disappointing.
Yeah.
At the most important time of the year.
Yep.
And then you bounce back with 2 very impressive wins.
Very impressive wins, and you have the Bulls tonight.
Yeah, that you just don't want to give your equity back tonight. Right. Like tonight, when we saw the 7-game homestand, you're like, well, maybe Chicago, maybe Portland. Can you squeeze another game or 2 out? Well, you've already got 2, and 1, I think most people didn't think they'd get at all, was Cleveland. Memphis was maybe closer to 50-50, but they got it. So you don't want to give that back tonight. You want to keep this thing going. You've got some distance between Phoenix and Dallas on you. And you've made it a little bit more interesting with now Minnesota being the team that's closer to you. And
right.
They had a bad loss to New Orleans. You just want to keep a little bit of that hope alive. And if it ends up where you can't catch them, fine, but don't let the people behind you catch you.
There are 7 games left in the March Gauntlet, just to update. Chicago, Milwaukee, Boston, OKC, Portland all at home, then at Orlando and at Indiana.
And they've already hit your number.
They hit my number last night. They are 5-5. I said 5-12. They just need one more win. Yeah. And they could get that, I hope, tonight.
Yep.
Listen. And if I would have taken, what would it be? 7-10? 5-5. Yeah. I would have taken. You told me 7-10 at the start of the whole thing. I'd be like, give that to me.
Yeah.
So I want to be accountable for that. Anything above, by definition, anything for this month above, and I don't want to jinx it either, by the way. Anything above 5-12 for this month to me is found money. Right. Regardless of where the wins came from. We can look at bad loss here, bad loss there, but it's the sum of the parts. And I want to make sure there's the on the ground look and there's the 50,000 foot look. And for me, the 50,000 look is, well, with the exception of tiebreakers, I don't care where the wins come from. Ultimately, I don't care who we win, who we lose. I care about the record. That's what matters in the standings. You don't get an extra win for beating a good team. You don't get an extra loss for losing to a bad team. But the fact that they're sitting here right now already at 5 wins for the month with 7 games left bodes that this month should be better than some of us expected. Yeah. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Red Velvet returns tonight. What type of reception do you expect for him?
I think it's going to be I think on a passion scale. So for Fox, for example, whether you cheered or booed, the passion scale was a 10.
Yes,
very passionate.
Yes.
DeMarcus Cousins, a 10. Tyrese Halliburton, a 10. Boo or cheer or whatever, it was a 10. I think it's going to be 95, if not 100% applause, ovation, if you will. And I think the passion meter will be at a 7.
Yeah, I'm going to go with warm.
Yeah.
Like he fits the bill to me of what happens more times than not. Once a king, always a king. He has nothing really for people to go, oh, Kevin Huerter? Like maybe there was times you didn't like the way he played, but I don't think there's a thing where you go, remember when Kevin Huerter said this, or he did this, or he complained about this? No. He was a likable king, played hard, had a great start to his king tenure, didn't finish the way he wanted, but that's happened sometimes. And I would say warm. I'm with you. 7's a good number. I think he gets cheered. I don't think it's a, man, the building went nuts for him, but why wouldn't we show him love?
There's no reason not to. Yeah. I mean, there's some people that are like,
I feel like a lot of people are just wishing him luck. Like, he's in Chicago. He's in the other conference. Really no impact on this team. Now, don't go for 40 tonight.
No.
But, if he scored like 15 and the Kings beat the Bulls,
I'm fine with that.
Perfect night.
By the way, I'm fine with him scoring 40 and the Kings beat the
Bulls.
Bulls.
That's true. He can do that.
That's completely okay. Also, let's not forget DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine.
True.
Also a part of this as well. So a lot of familiar faces and reunions. We'll take a break. When we come back, Sports Business with Kelly Brothers, the Thursday edition, as we do every week next.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Lob ball. George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Paul Mitchell, The School, Sacramento, and Stoney's Rockin' Rodeo. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. It's cold, and American Energy wants you to stay warm and make sure your system's operating safely. Here's the deal. A $49 tune-up inspection, which is regularly $119. That's a full safety and duct inspection. But guess what? If your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. That's right. It's free. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. And if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Oh, by the way, breaking news, they're hiring right now. Here's the deal. They'll train you, full benefits, generous incentive-based pay. Just call today for more details at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Not only great deals from American Energy, but possibly a new career for you. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Joining us now on Sports Sense, certified financial planner Kelly Brothers. Kelly is an advisor with Cap Trust, one of the nation's largest registered investment advisors. Cap Trust counts among its clients numerous pro athletes and pro sports franchises, but most importantly serves many Northern Californians through comprehensive financial planning. Here's Kelly Brothers.
Well, I'd like to send a shout out to the PR team for the Boston Celtics, who obviously listened to the program and politely waited until this morning to announce the $6.1 billion sale of the Boston Celtics just in time for our weekly segment with Kelly Brothers. Good morning, Kelly.
Dave, Jason, good morning. Sold to a Northern California guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Really?
Well, I shouldn't say. He probably wouldn't call himself a Northern California guy, but he lives in Menlo Park. His company is based in Menlo Park, and his name is Bill Chisholm. He grew up on the East Coast. He went to school, I think, in Dartmouth, which is in the Boston area. So I'm sure he identifies as a Northeasterner, but his company and the source of his wealth has been based right here in NorCal. Let's put it that way.
What is the sort? Is he a mutual fund guy? Whatever it is, I'm sure he has some fund.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he's a private equity venture capital. It's called Symphony Technology Group, and so he's taking them. Interestingly, 6th Street, which has gotten very active recently. They committed $1 billion to the deal. 6th Street is also a big piece of the Giants recently selling 10%. They bought the 10% from the Giants. They also own the soccer team down in the Bay Area. And so they've become very active. And I'm sure that's how they know Mr. Chisholm through Menlo Park, let's say. And they don't have ownership. I assume it's some part of debt. I don't know exactly, but I know it's about $1 billion of the $6.1 billion came from 6th Street.
Is this by any stretch a bargain, a deal? Or is this just, this is just such an absurd number.
It is, but it's, it's Boston. It's within months of them finalizing long-term broadcast deals, and it's within months of them winning the world championship. So,
true.
I mean, the parade wasn't over before they announced the team was up for sale. So I think they had a plan in place, and they achieved what they wanted. Wick Grossbeck is going to continue to run the team, I think, for the next 2 years or 2028, so maybe 3 years. So he's going to remain kind of the governor in charge as they work their way through the various closings. But you're right; it is the most ever paid for a pro sports franchise in this country, anyway. So $6.1 billion, and I wonder if the Maloofs are ever sitting there going, "Oh man, what we thought we got a great deal. Turns out we were early."
Well, and add into all that, you mentioned the TV deal. We were talking earlier. They're also on the precipice of receiving a minimum at this point of somewhere around $700 million per franchise from the upcoming 2 expansion teams. That'll be at least $1 billion in buy-in, and they split those. So that's a nice discount off the 6.1 right off the top. Kelly, you're a finance guy. Part of your job is, you help people take their money and, albeit probably, not a $6.1 billion level. Those don't roll in the door every day, but you're talking to regular old schmoes like us to people that have a lot more capital. And you're saying, this mutual fund or this bond or this, whatever. So when we talk about the valuations of this team, you brought up the Maloofs. That was our next conversation earlier, was $525 million, not 12, 13 years ago, was enough to make you slump in your chair if you were a Kings fan. There was no way we were coming up with that. Then we came up with 535. By we, I mean people with money, not us. And now, as you said, that is an absolute bargain. So as somebody who analyzes this stuff, I don't remember the last time a team valuation went down. I don't remember the last time a TV deal was less than what it was the previous deal. Is there any, Jason asks, is this a bargain, as I ramble for 5 minutes? But how do you say it's not a bargain when it's been nothing but up?
No, you're right. And these are hard investments in that, and they're not for everyone, because there's rarely is any money paid out at all. It all just goes back into the team, into the arena, into a farm system. It never gets paid out. It's illiquid. You can't just sell it. I mean, it takes long swaths of time to sell it. Not only that, there have been a number of cases, including here in Sacramento, where there are what they call capital calls.
Yes.
Where they go to the ownership and say, hey, we need $100 million pro rata based on what you own of the team. So write me a check. Boom. I mean, there's no, it's not an option. What I have found interesting just reading about over the last several weeks and months is how many of these teams now, it is so much more than the product they put on the court or on the field. It is much more than what they sell in tickets and much more than their broadcast rights, much more than their advertising. I mean, two quick examples. The Dodgers went out of their way to own Japan. Last year, they had over $100 million in revenue based solely on Ohtani and his tie to the Japanese people. As a matter of fact, they ran out of inventory in such a way that Japanese companies then couldn't go to the Dodgers anymore. So now they're going to every team the Dodgers are going to play at, and they're buying up advertising in the stadium for the games where the Dodgers are there. So they see Japan. And it was just completely justified by what happened this week with the Dodgers and Cubs, where they had 25 million viewers for game one in Japan. Last year in the World Series, we were averaging about 15 million for each World Series games. They had 25 million in a country that's 1/3 the size of America for that game one between Cubs and Dodgers. 20% of their entire population was watching the Dodgers and Cubs play. So Japan is their other income stream. The Giants, they've come right out and said it. They not only want to improve Oracle and some of their spring training stuff, but their real estate deal right across the street from Oracle Park, they need to finish that. It's a multi-billion-dollar deal. And they say if that turns out the way it is, that'll push us closer to a $300 million payroll. In other words, they want to finish that to create the income to increase their payroll. So theirs is a real estate play. So it's really interesting to me the way these groups, it's no longer just about the team. It's about how they can leverage the team, not unlike, obviously Vivek's group owns a lot of real estate downtown. Now you have, of course, they own the River Cats in the stadium where the A's are going to play. So it becomes bigger than the team.
Kelly, how about the A's? Yeah, trying to sell, 10%? You mentioned the Giants selling 10%. How about the A's trying to do that? What's that looking like right now?
Well, they're trying to. They want to value the A's at $2 billion. Maybe the Celtics selling for $6 billion today helps them in that regard.
They're both green.
Right, and then but of course they need that money to complete their stadium, which they have yet to. If you're on watch for the first turn of dirt of the shovel, hasn't happened yet. But they need that money to complete the stadium in Vegas. So John Fisher wants to sell 10% of a team he says is worth $2 billion. No takers yet, as far as we know. But I bet you he'll get a taker. It might not be at $2 billion, but I bet you he will find equity money to complete the stadium.
Well, and part of what he's trying to do, obviously, is he's trying to point to the Raiders, who are worth $6.7 billion at this point, which is, I think, almost triple what they were when they were in Oakland, or at least double what they were. But that's NFL to baseball. It's apples and oranges. Why does John Fisher not understand, or maybe he doesn't care, that there's a big difference between selling 10% of a team at a valuation and controlling interest in a team at that valuation? In other words, when you're a minority owner, whether you're a minority owner of the Kings, the A's, or anyone else, you're literally a glorified season ticket holder that has equity in the team. And as you said, Kelly, you're not getting paid out until you sell your shares.
No, you're not. You're not getting paid out, and you and usually when you buy minority shares in any team, there's a discount on the valuation. If they say the team is worth $2 billion and you buy 10%, that number will be discounted because you have no control and no liquidity. So usually that is the case. But I think he probably can't get the debt to finish the deal. Debt, of course, means you have to be a very good credit risk. So he probably can't get the debt to finish the deal. So he's looking to sell equity in the team. I think the Fisher family owns 95% of the Athletics. So he would still be a majority owner by a long shot.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be as heavy a lift to build a $1.7 billion dome stadium in Vegas. I think that's the current number.
Well, let me ask you this, and not to put you on the spot, Kelly. But let's say I'm a wealthy foreign investor, and I come to you and I say, hey, look, I see all this sports stuff, and I want to get into sports, but I really, I just kind of want to grow my money. And I'm sitting on, I'm sitting on a couple $100 million bones. And I looked at this A's deal, and here's my ask. If I give John Fisher $200 million right now, Kelly, and I'm looking at selling in the next 5-10 years, in your opinion, is that as good an investment, as reliable as an investment as I could get somewhere else? Would you recommend me putting my money into that team?
It's got to be mad money. It's got to be money you could put away for 10 to 15 years and not touch. But given that, yes.
Okay.
Given that, I mean, we as you point out, we have not seen a situation where the values of these teams have plummeted in any way as they figure out more and more how to leverage, the goodwill generated in a community by a team, and maybe even not your community. Look at what the Dodgers have done with Ohtani and have done in Japan. So no, that's it's got to be mad money for you. But for a lot of these guys, that's what it is. Interesting, guys. One thing that has not panned out in any significant way yet is LIV. I mean, they stole some of the best golfers in the world from the PGA Tour. The PGA Tour ratings are hanging in there. Yeah. They're doing just fine. And the LIV numbers have not gone up, at least not in this country. So as a matter of fact, everyone's going, where did Koepka go? Where did Mick? You don't even see them anymore, Maybe that makes the majors more valuable than they've ever been, because it's the 4 times of the year where you're going to see all these guys get together.
I'm going to lose a point in our weekly contest this week because we need to go to break, and I'm about to blow it here because I have one last question. So yell at me, Chris. Here's the thing that bothers me about LIV. I've watched it. I'm a golf hound. It's not the PGA Tour. But when you look at the numbers that this stupid golf simulator stuff is getting on ESPN, golf people want to watch golf. And the LIV Tour has a stupid TV deal, and most of their matches are on in South Korea at 4 a.m. or Singapore. So what baffles me here, and what seems a little hinky to me here, Kelly, is that these are not unobvious observations. I'm pretty sure they've also said, if we ended up on Fox Sports 1 all the time and we somehow scheduled more events in the U.S. time zone or near that, we would get an audience. I see these comparables between the Players' Championship and the LIV thing. Yeah, well, the LIV thing was on at 2 a.m. on like the CW or some crap, which tells me, I think, Kelly, I'll tell you this on March 20th, 2025. I think when this whole thing comes out, we're doing the postmortem on LIV someday. I think there's something else going on here with a lot of the monies. I think there's some other things happening where maybe their ratings don't matter as much as to where the money's going, who's putting it in, and where it's being cleaned and sent. I think there's something a little more nefarious going on, because these are just too obvious of things for them to miss.
Yeah, no, I wonder about that too, Dave. First of all, because Saudi money is patient money, obviously.
Yes.
There's a lot of it, right?
Yes.
Secondly, Saudi would face impenetrable hurdles if they were to try and buy like a pro sports franchise. I think that would be, the outcry would be such that wouldn't happen.
Yes.
There also might be issues with the Patriot Act being able to buy into U.S. sports franchises. So my point is, if they want into sports and the American public, they basically have to create something and then write checks big enough to get stars to come over. That was their plan here. It hasn't worked yet, at least not from what I can tell. But again, I'm wondering what's the leverage here? What else are they playing here? Is it real estate?
Yeah.
Is it what is it? I don't know what it is. I'm going to keep looking at it. If I see it, Dave, you're the first call. For now, just realize next Monday, a $6 billion franchise is going to be in Sacramento when the Celtics come to town.
My goodness gracious, and we're hoping for a big win. Kelly is always fantastic each and every Thursday at 7:28 at Sports Business with Kelly Brothers. Have a great weekend, my man.
You too, buddy. Thanks. Take care.
All right.
Bye,
Take
Jason.
care.
Bye.
We are way late for a break. When we come back to the Kings, Gary Gerald spends his post game with Keon Ellis, Neon Keon Beam Light Ellis, the whole thing, which was fantastic.
Yep.
And then we'll get the standings watch as well.
And Jiffy Lube.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good one too.
1-800-920-1140. Right now, 1-800-920-1140. Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Get in line right now. You can get a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. Right back on your home of the Kings, Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, huge spring savings for you today.
Get ready, NorCal. The Lodi Beer Fest and State Barbecue Championship is on Saturday, April 26th at the Lodi Grape Festival grounds. There will be something for everyone. Craft beers from over 50 breweries, live music, outrageous food, games, plus taste barbecue from world-class barbecue teams. For tickets and more information, go to grapefestival.com. Must be 21 years of age or older to attend. The Lodi Beer Fest, where great brews meet legendary cues. Saturday, April 26th in Lodi.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
For 70 years, we've been known as the Humane Society of the United States. But as the challenges animals face have grown, so have we. We are now called Humane World for Animals. And if you love animals, you're part of our world. Humane World for Animals. The end of animal cruelty.
Huge savings now on new 2025 Silverado at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter.
Save $11,000 off MSRP after rebates every new Silverado LT Turbo Max with Maida Chevy's exclusive all-in-stock pricing.
And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area.
$11,000 off new Silverado at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leasing, some of the offers.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Get ready for the high-octane action. It's the 76th season opener at the Stockton 99 Speedway, March 29th. Watch the intense racing action as the Stockton Late Models, NorCal Mini Stocks, NorCal Legend Series, Pure Stocks, and Fast Car Solutions Mini Modifieds tear up the track. It's fast, it's thrilling, it's non-stop action you don't want to miss. Family-friendly fun, food, and excitement for everyone. Gates open at 5 p.m. Racing starts at 6. Stockton 99 Speedway, where speed and excitement come to life. March 29th. Be there for the 76th season opener. For tickets, visit Stockton99.com.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right. Jeez. We got a full stack of phone lines for the Jiffy Lube drive of the game. The fairest way to do this is, of course, to go with the one that called first.
Mm-hmm.
see if they get it. So without further ado, great name, by the way, David.
Hey,
good morning.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Oh,
excellent.
Big win. We're doing great. Winning's better than losing. Do you have the Jiffy Lube drive of the game, friend?
I do. Yes, it was Malik Monk behind the back pass, Devin Carter dunk on Sam Merrill.
Okay.
Second quarter.
That's your opinion. By the way, Jason, what did you say?
I said this was my favorite Jiffy Lube drive of the game of the year.
And we're late in the year.
Yeah.
That's a big statement. Let's see. We've built it up. Here's Gary Gerald.
Inbounds pass to Merrill in the corner, swings it out on the wing to Mobley. Back to Merrill, drives to his left, feeds a pass, stolen by Malik Monk. Got Merrill to beat. Behind the back, bounce pass, hammer time, thrown down by Devin Carter. And that brings Kings fans to their feet. What a setup on the behind the back bounce pass from Monk to a flying Devin Carter, and the rookie hammered it home. Your Jiffy Lube drive of the game.
Yeah, that sounds like a winner. Congratulations, David. That was a great Jiffy Lube drive of the game. You've got yourself a $100 gift card to Jiffy Lube for whatever reason, oil changes, windshield wipers, whatever, springerize, summarize your vehicle. Thanks so much to Jiffy Lube. And David, one last question. What morning sports radio show or station makes all your Jiffy Lube dreams come true?
Sacktown Sports 1140.
I mean, that's a perfect call. That's a perfect call. It's a perfect call.
Just like the play. I mean, it's stop, outlet to Malik, behind the back, and then the dunk. Woo!
That's a poster.
Yes, that was as good as it gets.
That was, and he's got some, and by the way, he tried that in the Memphis game.
Yeah,
too.
same. He just didn't finish. This one was, my goodness.
I'm going to be that guy. I want to, because of my love of Devin Carter. I'm seeing a lot of this online. I'm seeing a lot of this in social media. I just want to caution everybody. I think it is perfectly okay, and I feel the same way, to look at Devin Carter and go, okay, this is what Monty saw. This is what he can be. What I want people to be careful of, and I'll again happily be wrong on this, is he's got about a half a season. He's been up and down a little bit. He's trying to not only adjust to the NBA game, but he's trying to adjust to the length of the NBA season, the game. Oh, and by the way, he had a major shoulder issue coming in. I want people to be careful not to hold him up to an artificial standard. He is a rookie. There already have been ups and downs. I'm just afraid that if he comes out, let's say he comes out tonight against Chicago and he's fairly quiet, or he gets out there and he makes some mistakes, I just don't want to see people turn on him. This seems like a great kid with a huge future. Will he end up being a star, a superstar? We have no way of knowing, but we do know, I'm fairly confident in saying that when Monty and friends drafted Devin Carter last night at the end of the first quarter against Memphis, that's what they had in mind, a Tasmanian devil type player that is all over the place. He's a whirling dervish of hair and jersey and all over the floor. And those are the types of not only styles of play, but player himself. You talk about like how a dunk gets the crowd up. That style of play gets this Golden One center crowd going.
I feel like they have three guys like that on the perimeter now, between Keon, Carter,
and Laravia.
100%, like that are just like to the point where everybody who's ever played pickup has kind of gone against that player that you're like, relax, like what we're just playing here, and then you're like, there's just a lot going on. I think they have three of those guys that you're like, I'm not comfortable.
That's so funny. We've all played with that guy too.
Yeah.
Where you're playing at we always say playing at the YMCA, but
like
wherever you're
friendly-ish game,
friendly, fun game. And then that's the guy who comes in with the headband, the knee-high socks, the white t-shirt, and the Jordan cutoff shorts. He's a little overweight. Yeah. He's in his late 30s, early 40s, and he's going to throw an elbow or two.
And he's like, "Why are you guarding me full court? I don't even have the ball."
100%. Yeah. Why are you boxing me out so aggressively? It's almost weird. But that's just how he plays. Mm-hmm. You have to respect it. This is the NBA, where it stands for nobody. Nope, don't have it.
No,
nobody.
Yeah, you do. Try again.
No,
Take two.
No.
Wow. Good job. Good effort.
Golly. No big assumptions when it comes to how a rookie's going to do. Yeah, that is 100% right.
Yeah,
nailed it. Here's Keon Ellis with Gary after the game. G-Man, take it away.
And we got number 23 hooked up. Keon, you got G-Man okay?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I got you. How special does this one feel?
It's huge. I mean, we're at home here. Definitely wanted to start the trip out right. I mean, the homestand out right. So, I mean, to get this one, and the one previously is huge.
Especially the way this game started. That first 12 minutes tonight was an absolute nightmare. Couldn't make a shot. How do you maintain focus and resolve when things just won't settle at the rim?
I think you just know that basketball is a game of runs. They're going to make their runs. We're going to make ours. So, we were kind of down a little bit at first, but then we put ourselves in a good position. So, just keep attacking them play by play, and then, just chip away at their lead and, keep it close. And then when it comes to winning time, just, execute down the stretch.
There's so many different things and so many who made contributions. 7 men in double figures tonight. We saw DeRozan in his isolation mode there late in the fourth quarter with several key buckets. Malik Monk coming up with a couple of critical foul shots. I want to ask you about Devin Carter, who played almost 31 minutes tonight, and what you saw from the Rook.
Oh, man, that was a huge night for him. We definitely needed it. I mean, when you got guys out, I mean, it's all about next man up. The other teams don't really care, who's in or who's out. So, I think it's just a next man up mentality, and he was ready tonight, and he performed well for us.
Well, that's 2 consecutive wins to start this 7-game homestand. Not much time to savor it. Got the Bulls tomorrow night.
Right.
Got gas in the tank?
Oh, for sure. This is what we do.
You're a young'un. I love it.
Do.
All right, Keegan. Oh, Keegan, I said Keon.
So, nah. It's all good.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yes,
Thank you
sir, no problem.
much.
We've all done that one.
We have all done that. I'm reading the text here. I know we got a break here, and we will. But this is an interesting question. This roster's clearly demonstrated they can hang with the best, but are we chalking this up as a fluke win, or are they starting to create some real chemistry together, especially missing 2 of your stars? I personally feel the biggest issue has been consistently playing at a high level. What are your thoughts? That's a good question. We'll get back to. There's a lot to unpack there. Also, when we get back, we're going to get to Kings Rewind, and I want to take a moment to talk about the broadcast last night. Okay. Getting a lot of questions about that. So stay tuned. Go get yourself some water or something. We've got an entire second half of the show for you that is jam-packed with fun King stuff, and we'll get to it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer-dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 16. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/sports. Ethos.com/sports.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something?
Boat wins!
Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing?
Boat wins!
Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing?
Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat.
Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Paul Mitchell, The School, Sacramento, and Stoney's Rockin' Rodeo. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
This year did a great job tonight. We had multiple guys with 3+ deflections, but the defensive player of the game goes to a guy that had 3 steals, 3 deflections, Devin Carter.
Yes,
Hey, Devin Carter, defensive player of the game. And that's sponsored by Enfong. Couple questions here. Number one, how is she not a sponsor here? Just curious in general. It's something.
Well, is there something wrong?
That's the thing. Did they end up calling Enfong? Did they end up calling her after those losses? Did she figure it out? Congratulations, Devin Carter. All right. Got to get King's Rewind. I'm going to take a couple minutes here because a lot of people have been asking. All right. So you had, what was it called last night? The Vantage Points.
Yeah, so describe it because
Okay.
I did get a text
or
two, and I'm like, I'm at the game. I have no idea what you're talking about or
Describe
what
it.
Yeah, describe it.
So the Vantage Cam, and I think there were different angles, but the main one was, think of it as like in football, how they have the, what is it called? The like rope, the sky cam that roves.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just like an angle. It was going on for like, that was for, I think it was in the second quarter. That was the main angle.
So did they like hype it or describe it or show it like?
So, well, Kyle and Katie were on the call and Kyle was talking about it, but nobody knew it was coming. It wasn't advertised. It wasn't like, hey, check out the new angle tonight. And all of a sudden in the second quarter, we see this angle. I was like, oh, okay. And actually on the Devin Carter dunk, it was really, really cool.
Okay.
But then after that, it was like, oh my God, like this is actually the angle. And then it would kind of come down and show like fan level, and it would follow along. And to be honest, I was watching it on my phone, remember, but I could see how somebody also even on my phone, much less watching it on a big TV that you have at home, a little bit, that could make some people a little nauseous. And it kept going and going. And so at one point I said, I put out a poll and said, how are we liking this new camera angle, right? Well, Jason, 87% said no, 13% said yes. It was an instant poll, and we got almost 2,000 votes. Here's some comments. I've gotten multiple angry texts about it. Turning it off now. Can't stand it. Never again. Worst ever. I feel like I'm watching chess. Hurts my head. I'm switching to radio. Thank you very much, Sacktown Sports.
We'll take it.
This is terrible. If the goal is to get us to tune out, if the goal is to get us to tune out, mission accomplished. And it was almost universally hated. So, look, talk to some folk, and they stopped using it after the second quarter. So here's
that's not true.
No, I'm the overhead one.
They used it a couple times.
Did they? I thought they did. For
replays.
I would okay. All right. Yeah. The whole I was told after the second quarter that they wouldn't be using it as a live thing. Here's the basics of what I was told. They got a bunch of new equipment and new tech. They wanted to give it a test run during the broadcast. They did. And look, I will stand in front of them here. Nobody likes anything new. That once upon a time, the yellow line in football was hated, as is almost every score bug or graphic. That being said, I don't think you can watch that maybe for replays and different angles. I don't think there's ever a world where I'd want to watch 48 minutes or 20 minutes with that angle. But they're testing out new equipment. And I'll tell you, what I would do, what I think would be a cool idea, if they want to use that, if they want to do something like that, they've got all these extra channels and internet feeds and all that. If you want, let's use that for an alternate angle on the broadcast. Maybe something that's more statistically intense. Maybe no announcers or very little announcing, or maybe live analysis by a couple of ex-players. Make it like the Nerd Cam, basically, where you do that, and then you can incorporate, because it's from above. I know they have that floor technology. So, for example, you're up above and you see DeMar DeRozan shoot a three, right? Little circle around where he, like in NBA 2K, where he jumps. It's either red, yellow, or green based on his percentage from that point. And then you can have all kinds of next-gen stats. I would use it for something like that and then give people the option. But as far as the people have spoken, and even allowing for the fact that nobody likes anything new, I think it was pretty unanimous that was. So anyways, our broadcast crew, they're fantastic. The camera, the whole production team's amazing. They always have been. You never hear about them, and they'll do the right thing. I'm pretty confident. So, all right, Kings Rewind last night, Cavs edition, right now, please. The Kings were not expected to win last night, but they did.
Well, the Kings' season-long 7-game homestand started out with a promising win over the Memphis Grizzlies.
We won a game yesterday. If we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little.
You tell him, Lou Brown.
That's right. It was costly, though, that win, as Domantas Sabonis hurt his ankle and will miss the rest of this homestand. The Kings also rolled into Wednesday night's game without the services of Zach LaVine and Jake LaRavia, who was ill.
I wish it were me. I wish I could just absorb your germs and make my body fight them.
Hey, Sir Patrick money.
To make it even more challenging, they were playing the league's best team in the Cleveland Cavaliers, who had lost their last 2 games and wanted to keep the best record in the NBA.
What would you know about pressure?
The undermanned Kings also appeared to be a mismatch for the long, athletic, sweet-shooting, number 1 ranked offense and top 10 defense of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Boy, do I know!
Let's add one more thing on top of the difficulty scale. Sacramento started the game 2 for 18 from the floor for a dismal 11%.
I can't feel my fingers anymore. They're numb.
The first quarter was a tough watch as the Kings could only muster 15 points, but found themselves down just 7, keeping the Cavs to 22 of their own.
If I'm going down, I'll take a whole lot of people with me.
The second quarter was better for the Kings, including a highlight of all highlights, which was our Jiffy Lube drive of the game, when the Kings got a stop, outlet to Malik, behind the back pass to the rookie Devin Carter, and the rookie soared through the air, catching a body for a thrilling slam dunk.
I'm sorry, I don't know what just happened. A very unusual series of moves just made the ball go in.
Damn!
Moments later, the Kings had a chance to completely erase the 13-point deficit and tie the game on an uncontested run out for Markelle Fultz, and somehow, some way he missed.
No!
Yeah, Katie tried to stand in front of him like, hey, he just doesn't have his legs yet. I get it. I'm also like, maybe not double pump the dunk, bro.
Yeah, so I never saw the replay. I was like, is he dunking or he layup? Was he in between? I don't know what happened.
Missed it. He just missed it, dude.
At the half, the Kings were down 9, but wondered if they had missed their opportunity.
That's when I blow it.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You blew it.
In the third quarter, the Kings stopped counting on threes and relied on hustle and attacking the basket.
You blitz all night!
Fill-in starter Jonas Valanciunas recorded a double-double, his 5th as a King with 12 points and 13 rebounds.
We have the meat.
Also in the third, the Kings caught the Cavs and blew right past them with a thrilling 14-0 run capped by a Keegan Murray hoop.
Oh, I see you have a knife. But what you need is an umbrella.
Tell him why. Tell him why.
Because there's a storm gonna rain down on you, punk.
Within moments, the Kings' 11-point lead was gone as the Cavs countered with a dozen straight points to regain the advantage.
Oh, no! We suck again!
The 43-point quarter for the Kings gave them a 2-point lead heading into the fourth and final quarter.
It's the final countdown!
The lead would go back and forth in the final quarter as each team was making big shots in front of a fully engaged crowd at G1C.
We're gonna go nuts in there!
The question remained, would this just be a moral victory for the Kings or an actual W for one of the wins of the season?
I'm going to save you some time, sweetie, and give you the answer now. I don't know.
Well, the answer? Beam time. Beam time. In the fourth, a closing 5 of rookie Devin Carter, Malik Monk, Trey Lyles, Keegan Murray, and DeMar DeRozan looked small, but played big.
Little Giants! Little Giants. Nice touch. Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
DeRozan carried the offensive burden, going for 11 in clutch time.
I'm glad D-Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him either.
Monk hit timely shots and had 8 of his 22.
I'm a pizza guy.
Keegan played both ends of the floor very well.
I like it. Each sentence so rife with information. Go on.
Carter had the spark.
Yes, I was waiting for I was so afraid you weren't going to get to it. I even called it up on my own page. Thank you.
What? Carter had the spark?
Yes.
Lyles had the energy.
No, not $49 tune-up right now, but we'll get to that later.
A wonderful win. Their 35th of the season. They remain in 9th, and tonight they welcome back an old friend in Kevin Huerter.
Please clap.
Why? Why did that get us?
I need to hear that again. A wonderful win. Their 35th of the season. They remain in 9th, and tonight they welcome back an old friend in Kevin Huerter.
Please clap.
Kings and Bulls tonight from G1C. Will Sacramento make it 3 straight?
I hope so.
Okay. There you go.
That is your maybe my favorite rewind of the year.
Please clap.
We got to take a break. Pause for applause. When we come back, do we have this post-game audio that's in here? I always get nervous now.
I'm working on it.
All right, Chris is working on it. So we'll have some post-game audio. Also, game ball. And I want to ask you a question. And during the break, Jason, I'm going to put this out as our poll of the D. Is this the best one of the year? And the other choice I'm going to give you, because I think it's down to two. And disagree with me. It's last night or it's road Celtics, right?
You're wrong.
No?
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
Thank you, Sam. McCool up here with us tomorrow at 9. Yeah,
9 or 8?
8.
Yeah.
9 Central. We'll take a
10 Central.
9 Mountain.
Damn it. Mountain.
Mountain time's the
It's
worst.
so stupid. Mountain time is so stupid.
Yeah.
What is the point? Either be Pacific or be Central. Get out of here. Because you always say, like, oh, it's on at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 7 Mountain, 6 Pacific. Well, where's Hawaii? 3 Hawaii? Mountain, you're a bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Game ball's next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I'm Johnny Mosley with the Toyota Tahoe Report. Time to carve up new lines in your Toyota, because anytime you're skiing on a Thursday, that's a pretty killer Thursday if you ask me. Unsettled skies over the mountain, that's never stopped any of us, right?
Thanks, Johnny. Today will be chilly in the mid-40s with a mix of clouds and sunshine in the afternoon. Tonight will be partially cloudy with a low around 28. Tomorrow will be chilly again, cloudy with a high near 44. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary, not guaranteed.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Kings were going into Boston, certainly like a funeral march. Just they had this winning streak going. They'd beaten Dallas, Philly, and Memphis at home. Then they went and destroyed Golden State. Had the 2 OT win against Miami, but then at 18-19, they went on the road, and we were saying, oh, man, could you imagine them beating Boston? Let's not get carried away. They're also playing Milwaukee. It was a 3-game trip in Chicago. Hey, if they come back 1-2, even 2-1 would be amazing. They did go 2-1, the one loss in Milwaukee, and that was really just such a wonderful stretch for Doug Christie. All the vibes coming out of the Mike Brown firing after the Pistons game. We don't talk about the Laker game because that doesn't count. And then, they got that win in Boston, but it wasn't just the win in Boston. It was the way that they won in Boston. And you might remember in that game as well, it was Sabonis, DeRozan, Murray, Monk, Ellis, no Fox. Once again, a different look that the team was giving them. Now, you go to last night, and it's Cleveland, who has even a better record than Boston. Cleveland that had just suffered 2 losses in a row, and you don't have Sabonis, and you don't have LaVine, and you don't have a bench cog and Jake LaRavia, and they still manage to beat the Cavs. Which win do you think was better? Bigger?
Last night.
Last night?
Yeah, I think it's just based on the stuff that was stacked against them, where things were going, the way the game started, all of it, and maybe it's recency bias, but I mean, that's improbable, right? I just didn't think it would happen for many reasons.
I've wrestled with this question since I thought about it last night. And I got to be honest, I still don't know. I agree with every single thing you said.
There's nothing wrong if you pick Boston.
But and that's the thing. Like, I want to pick last night, and then I have recency bias in my head. I go, oh, they were at home, but the Cavs had just lost 2 in a row. They were on the second night of a back-to-back. They were resting Darius Garland. We only beat them by 5 or whatever, or 4. Blah, blah, great win. But we went into Boston, and we were missing De'Aaron Fox, and we destroyed them. I mean, we went on the road in the Garden and absolutely killed them. But then I go, yeah, but dude, Cleveland was like 56-12, and you were missing all these guys. Like, it really is almost a 50-50 in my head. Bottom line is they are the two biggest wins of the year. And different types of wins.
Yeah, you're asking pushback. Is there any? I mean, the 2 wins in Minnesota were good. The Houston wins, but I think this is the top of the list.
No, I don't disagree.
Just so improv. I mean, it was one where you leave the arena just really, really happy. Like that was just kind of unexpected. Like I said, it was nice.
And that's actually the best part is, the you know what, Jason? You just tipped me. You know why? Because even though, hey, we went into Boston and yeah, and the road's tougher than at home.
Yeah.
But you know what? This win was better because the home fans got to be there to experience
it. It was great. I mean, I mentioned the other night, like feeling really low going into the Memphis game. And then that game started. And I said, gosh, this fan base is just so into this game.
Yeah.
And it was really thrilling. And then last night, obviously, there were so many good plays, good highlights, and they played great. They deserved it. That was awesome.
Want to get into some conversations?
I would love to.
Here's Doug Christie wanting them to bring it every single night.
You bring that every single time.
That's what I said.
Your people love you for it, and they respect you regardless of the outcome. You want the win always, but the first step in the process is to be consistent with your approach, your professionalism, your aggressiveness, your physicality, all the little things that ultimately equate to a win. You have to be consistent with it. Big time performances across the board. DeMar, spectacular. Keegan, just loved what he continues to bring defensively. Keon knocking down some threes. Malik was great. Devin Carter, welcome to the damn NBA. Big time. Big time, big time. So excited and proud for him. Trey, big time rebounds. Jonas holding us down. Markel coming in and giving minutes. Isaac, I mean, just across the board. Everybody that came in the game contributed, and that's ultimately all you can ever ask. So super, super excited for them to compete against some of the best talent in the league and fight the way they did.
It's like a proud papa.
Should have been.
Should have been.
Yeah. I mean, I think when that's what Doug's the compete, right? The compete level is what we talked about earlier, and he got it from everybody.
Here's more Doug Christie here at GOAT Sacramento Kings.
That's more us. That's more what we expect as far as the fight. 15 turnovers, still a bit of a work in progress. 35 assists, 41 threes. 26 of those assists came from the starters. Off the bench, Devin, Keon, Jake, spectacular. They all came in and brought the level of physicality, intensity, effort, enthusiasm, all the things that we talk about. So from that standpoint, NBA games are hard to win. So I'm really proud of the way that they approach the game tonight.
So eagle-eared listeners will have picked up that, what do you mean LaRavia? He didn't play. Though I will screw up from time to time. I purposely went into 2 days ago because I wanted to play that because I think after hearing Doug's opening comments last night, and that was obviously his opening comment after the Memphis game, the similarities and commonalities are there. That is who they are. And I see our guy Spider on there saying, can we stop the whole this is us, this isn't us thing? No. That's exactly what he needs to do. Doug Christie is trying to, whether or not this team is going to be intact next year in the way it is, and almost certainly there will be moves. He is trying to establish a culture and an identity, just like any new coach should. And some of that identity, let's be honest, was already here, and the foundation was there from Mike Brown and all that. He's trying to publicly and behind closed doors establish an identity, establish a culture, and then hold them to that culture. And listen, if he's going to go out there after losses and say, look, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, they didn't do this, this was unacceptable, then you damn right after wins, he needs to go out there and say, that was it. That's what I'm talking about. Credit to this guy, credit to that guy. This is what we've been working on, and you have to praise and you have to establish that culture and identity.
Yeah, and he's doing so much of this on the fly.
Yes.
I do know from working with Doug that if this job becomes his and he has the opportunity to be the head coach full time and the interim tag is gone and he has a camp and an off season, I just know he's going to do things a little bit differently. I'm not talking about the X's and O's, but just his overall belief, mindset, mental approach, whether that's a non-practice day and they go and do an activity or yoga or he's just going to do things differently. I just know he will. But he doesn't have time for any of that stuff to kind of establish like the whole bonding that he would probably like to do. So he's doing this on the fly with trades and he's done an amazing job.
Well, let's see what Keegan Murray thinks as he spoke post-game about maybe something a little bit appropriate to this combo.
I feel like our biggest thing that we've talked about as a team, just making the other team feel us, making us the aggressor, and try and put them on their heels and things like that. And we weren't doing that last week. We did that when we were on that winning streak earlier, but I feel like we kind of came back to that. We just have to stay consistent with it because it's tough to beat us when we're like that.
Well, culture, identity.
Yeah.
And I get what my guy's saying on the chat. He's saying, okay, so when we win, that's us. When we lose, that's not us. And he's comparing it to Luke Walton saying, I need to look at the tape. I can understand the baseline thinking. I would respectfully counter and say, it's a lot deeper and more convoluted than that. And I think Doug does a very good job. Yeah. When we win and we play that way, that is who he wants this team to be. It's not just about, when we win, it's great. It's about we not only won, but we won executing the things we've been working on. And when we lose, odds are it's going to be because we forgot those basics and fundamentals that we've been working on. This is how you should play. This is your role. This is your job. This is what you're expected to do every night. What was Belichick's big thing? Do your job. Do your job. Everybody had a job, no matter how big or how small. And if the small job didn't get done, the big jobs couldn't get done. If the long snapper wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, Tom Brady couldn't do what he was supposed to do. Right. They're all symbiotic. And I completely get what Doug's trying to do. We'll take a break when we come back. Biggest win of the year. It's a fun conversation to have. We'll get into more post-game and update you on the March Gauntlet coming up right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
We could all use more time. Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. I can see why they call it smart. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Choose Syntec full synthetic motor oil designed for today's engines exclusively at your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ooh, what was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, a huge spring savings for you today.
There's no better time than now to get yourself into a brand new Jeep because it's Jeep Adventure Days at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, offering the best deals in town and a selection other dealers are jealous of. Stop on by. They're just off of Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
With NBA League Pass, keeping up with the league is as easy as NBA.
Watch from multiple angles and in your preferred language.
Wait, really?
Oh, new guy, huh? Yeah, you get so many live games, recaps, and highlights.
So the court is my oyster.
It's your pelican, wolf, bull, nugget, big blue dog, whatever you want it to be. NBA League Pass, your home for streaming hoops. Only select out-of-market games available and local blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, it's Ram Truck Month. The sales event's going on right now, and I know that means heavy discounts.
It's not just a discount. It's big discounts on hard-to-find Ram heavy duties. Right now, save up to $16,000 off MSRP on remaining new 2024 Ram 2500 and 3500 heavy duties. When you need a hard-to-find truck, Hoblet has it, with over 500 new Rams available.
Just one of the many reasons Hoblet always ranks as one of the biggest and best Ram dealers in all of America.
And we are proud of that. But we don't just sell Rams. You have to check out the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter with 200 vehicles available and 30 under $20,000.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$16,000 total net savings after $71.29 factory rebates and $88.71 dealer discounts. Rebates include $500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders and $66.29 West BC standalone 10% below MSRP. 5 vehicles at this net savings. Sample VIN 316786. Not everyone will qualify for all rebates. See dealer for details.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Sorry, Chris. Maybe we can fit it in, with one of the Morrissey or Smith, or as long as it's not as soon as now, because that's
depressing.
Yeah. We just had a song suggestion for Chris. He's like, guys are lame. Sorry that.
With some other descriptors.
Yeah. Sorry that lame is playing upbeat music that the whole world enjoys instead of, whatever The Cure or whatever he's going to play.
That song is 1-0 and also a part of maybe the most memorable win of the year. So I don't know.
Every time we played it, the Kings have an amazing, amazing victory. How can you not just?
I kind of want to hear it.
You know what? I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up. We can even have. Well, how long are we here? What I don't want to do is get us screwed up here. How long can we play something before we get muted?
About like 10 seconds.
Seriously, but our rejoiners are longer than 10 seconds.
It really depends.
It does.
But our rejoiners don't have like words or anything like that.
No. All right. Come here, El DeBarge. There we go. Kings win. Is it the biggest win of the year? I hit the post. You know what the big question after last night's game is, Jason?
What's that?
I don't know.
Is Johnny the game ball?
Is Johnny a victory? Is Johnny them being together? I think in the end, Johnny is whatever you want Johnny to be. Johnny, in this sense, El DeBarge being one of the great poets of our generation, I think Johnny just simply represents that which we strive for. Whether or not you do it physically, put the top down in your mind, get out on the open road, and just enjoy the breeze flowing through your hair. It's a big victory. The breeze flowing through your hair? Not Drew. The breeze flowing through your beard?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's an El DeBarge Thursday. Right here on Sacktown Sports. Game ball, Jason Ross. Who's it go to? Who's the game ball?
I'm going the rookie. Devin Carter, best game, literally career high. That impact, that compete level, that energy. Hello. It was him. It was. There's a lot of candidates from yesterday, but I would go to Devin Carter. I thought it was his real breakout game. He was in crunch time, like you mentioned earlier. He had a couple of there's a swagger to him. It's weird. He sometimes plays without enough confidence, but when he's got it, there's swagger.
Yes, which is exciting.
It is, and he had a great dunk. He had two other dunks, but the other one that was kind of an uncontested, he just dunked, and there was just a stride, a strut that got the bench and the building going. I'm going Devin Carter.
Well, I think Devin Carter is a great pick, and he's probably the right answer. I want to shout out Trey Lyles, 13 points.
You're triple dub.
7 boards, 5 assists, steals. It's a great night. Jonas Valanciunas once again filling in for Sabonis. We don't love him enough, even though we love the tune. 12 points, 13 boards, 2 assists, 1 3-point attempt.
We are going to get that right. We'll reveal that later.
We'll save it. I'm going to go a little off the board here, but I think you'll be okay with it since you gave it to Devin Carter. I'm going to do something I've never done before with the game ball. I'm going to go around the locker room. I'm going to have everybody sign the game ball. I'm going to give it to a guy that didn't play a single minute last night, Doug Christie.
Oh, it's Devin Carter.
Oh, sorry. You wrote down DC. That was Dave Carmichael. I was like, that's reversed.
Yeah, good call.
Look, we know Doug. We love Doug. That aside, Doug's got to do the job. And I'm not going to lie. I saw what happened to Vlade. And when Doug got the job, I was so happy for him and so proud of him. But deep down inside, I'm like, please don't do to Doug. Wait, can we not? I don't ever want Doug to be thought of. And it's tough enough with Vlade. Like, oh, he did, you worry. And I don't know if Doug's going to have the job next year, and that's a whole different conversation. But what I do know is win or lose, he's going to go down with the ship his way. He's talking to these players. He's communicating with the players. He's sticking to his guns. He's making adjustments. As he said, he's trying to fix the plane, and it's in the air. And there was a point last night that really stood out for me. It was when there were some issues with the officials. And Doug got about as upset as I've seen him. And I'm thinking, tech. But then I went back and I actually watched it again when I got home. And I thought it was so interesting. He gets right up to the official and is going back and forth. And then you see, I forget who the player was, like kind of
Keegan.
It was Keegan. Was it Keegan? Trying to kind of hold him. And you see Doug kind of, I don't know what he said, but I'm pretty sure it was something like, I appreciate you, dog. I got this. Like, don't, Keegan, I got it. Go to the bench. And then their big security guy, good friend, super awesome guy, Antoine, was kind of right there, too. That was the big dude next to Doug and the ref, just kind of, seeing if things would get out of hand. And I guarantee you at some point in that conversation, Jason, Doug has built up so much respect with the referees, both from being a player and his rep there, and then being a coach telling his players, guys, don't bark at the refs. That's my job. I'm going to do it. That he was able to have a heated conversation and explain his point at length to the ref. And good on the ref, by the way, too. Not teeing him up. They're going back and forth, but I think a lot of coaches would have gotten teed up. I think Doug knows how to communicate with these guys, and it showed last night.
Yeah, he came out so hot and so aggressive to the half court, basically, wanted to talk to the officials, and you could just see him calm down as it went. But
yes.
The other thing that I thought was really cool, and I don't know if it went to commercial on TV, but as it kept going and kept going, Jay Crowder then came over and was like, we need you over here.
right.
And it was like a really cool, Doug's trying to make his point, trying to help the team, but then Jay's like, all right, you did it, but we coach, we need you. Come over here to the huddle. And so that whole thing was great. And I also, to Doug's credit, I want to go back to Monday, the Memphis game.
Mm-hmm.
So his pregame stuff that night, they'd lost 4 in a row, 3 just terrible, like non-competitive games. And Doug came in like they were on a 7-game win streak. They're like, how are the vibes? He's like, you know what? They're great. We had a great practice. I feel really good. Look, we got an opportunity here. And it didn't feel like the way he said it wasn't, hey, anything can happen. It was like, no, we are going to be good tonight. We are going to turn this around. Everybody's down on us. That's fine. But I know what we got. It was just he's going to come at it from a positive angle, but not in a delusional one.
Yes.
And that he threaded the needle there where it was like, wow, he's feeling really good. Why is he feeling so good? I know he's watched what we've all seen, but he did. And
I guess I never really thought of it that way.
Yeah.
And when the Cavs went on that run, there was I think it was the Mobley run. He called a timeout. I remember seeing him over on the sideline. Kings had just done something wrong. And he does this sometimes. He'll call a timeout, and he's just he takes his hands, his palms to the floor, and kind of pushes them up and down like, hey, guys, calm down. It's cool. Don't worry about it. He seems to have a really good sense as to when to call timeouts and when to use those as a weapon to try and either stymie the other team's run or stop his team from letting the game get away. Whereas if I had a criticism of Mike Brown, near the top of the list is sometimes, man, I understand Phil Jackson letting Michael Jordan work through things out there or Shaq and Kobe. That ain't this team.
Right.
And sometimes Mike would just, God, you look up and it's like 19-3 run, and you're like, the game's over. What are you saving these for? Stop. He's already dead. Stop. And Doug seems to have a really good sense of when to step in and do that. So congratulations, Douglas Christie and Devin Carter. You get our game balls. And I will say, if I was going to pick Devin Carter, who's probably the right answer, it's because I don't think there is a single member of the team, if you had to assign points to, that brought more energy to the building than Devin Carter. I don't think there was, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, speaking of, hey, what do you know? Speaking of energy, how about we talk about our good friends at American Energy Heating and Air while we're here? Because there's all kinds of new stuff. This just in, hot off the presses. Now, as the seasons change, remember, American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cool months or weeks, and then cool once summer comes around. So now is the time. Remember that tune-up I was telling you about? Yeah, it's now just $24. It's half off. $24.50. You want a diagnostic? It's free. And because it's the end of the season, and I'm telling you, before they get into their busy months, take advantage. It's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system. And by the way, this isn't some janky thing you're going to get with a lot of your other dealers. Watch this, where they're like, hey, it's $4,000 off a new system. And then you get the new system and you find out that those are all in rebates you would have gotten anyways. They're just showing you how to use them. No. American Energy's taking $4,000 off, and then you get the rebates. That $4,000 is directly dropped from the sticker price. Check them out at the AEway.com for an instant quote, or 916-520-9990, 916-520-9990, AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael David sent you. Yeah, use my formal name. Who's hot? Who's not? 3 in the Key recap and a new 3 in the Key for tonight's game against the Bulls. We'll get to all of that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. When buying a new grill, every detail matters. For March, grab a $149 gift with purchase of every new Napoleon Prestige stainless steel grill, including a pizza lover starter kit and much more. More March savings include up to $79 off Rogue models. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last, with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel that boasts quality. See how Napoleon will help you achieve the perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today with your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Paul Mitchell, The School, Sacramento, and Stoney's Rockin' Rodeo. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event ends soon. Power up your drive with more miles and fewer fill-ups. Toyota leads the way with more hybrids than any other brand, backed by Toyota's legendary reliability. Shop great deals on 16 Toyota hybrid models from the longest-lasting brand on the road. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a 2-year complimentary scheduled maintenance plan. Don't miss the final days of Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event. Toyota, let's go places. See your Toyota dealer for Toyota Care details and exclusions.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
What was the superlative, Chris, that you used to describe that movie?
Incredible.
Did you say incredible?
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was something else. Chris says the movie Pop Star Never Stops Stopping.
You got it right.
Is incredible. I'm not saying he's wrong.
That was a good clip.
It was. But again, it's like what we talked yesterday about trailers. Mm-hmm. Was he going to show us a bad clip? So I would just like to poll the audience. It doesn't have to be incredible, but your overall, is Pop Star Never Stop Stopping, which I have not seen, is that worth a roll around at the weekend movie? Is that worth the hour and a half of my life? And I'll be with some friends this weekend. Should we throw
you like
it
the
on?
people in it?
I very much liked it. Yes, there were a lot of.
I will show you a clip in the next break that could be enough to you to say, okay,
I'm in.
Former Sacktown Sports employee Joe Jarose is in our chat. Good morning, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
And he says, and I quote, Chris is 100% correct. The B scene kills me every time.
Like B-E?
B-E. Because I'm going to say this. Chris right now is 1-1 with me.
What was the loss?
The one with your guy, where they're the cops.
Oh, okay.
Observe and report.
MacGruber was a win?
I'm going to be fair. Was MacGruber an Oscar winner?
Should have been.
No.
Oh.
Is MacGruber in the top 10 of funniest movies I've ever seen? No. Was MacGruber worth the time? This is my line of demarcation for Chris recommendations. At the end of the movie, am I pissed off at the time I wasted watching this?
You were not.
MacGruber, I was not. I was like, okay, that was worth it. I wasn't necessarily pissed off at Observe and Report. I will just say this. I don't know how long
I think you had higher hopes for
I
that.
think I did definitely have, based on what I saw in the previews, I had very high hopes. I would say it wasn't a bad movie, and there were some hilarious moments in the movie. But I would say the overall muffin of the movie was a little underdone.
I would say I showed you a very dark part of the movie, and you probably thought that was the darkest part of the movie.
Yes.
And it was not.
It was certainly not. A lot of pop star recommendations. Okay. Who's hot, who's not? Christopher Lod.
That would be Quentin Grimes from the 76ers. In his last 5 games, he has 163 points, 27 rebounds, 20 made threes, 12 steals, and 5 blocks. The only other 2 players in NBA history to hit or surpass those marks in a 5-game span are
the Wilt Chamberlain and
Wilt Chamberlain made 21 threes in 5 games.
Ray Allen
and all those blocks. Let's see.
We'll block a game. I mean, that's not
Luka Doncic and LeBron James
and Klay Thompson.
So close.
Okay.
James Harden and Kyrie Irving.
And Quentin Grimes, who Dallas also traded this year.
Yes, they did. And he's arguably having he's having damn near as good a year as Luka Doncic is, seems like, scoring-wise at least. My goodness.
How come the Lakers didn't get him?
Right? By the way, am I crazy? I saw a Laker fan, I am crazy, tweeting something yesterday, and it was like, who of this group would you trade Austin Reeves for? And it was like Malik Monk was one of them. There's a bunch of others. And then in the middle was Tyrese Halliburton. I'm like, and then I went and read the comments, and the majority of them were talking about how Austin Reeves is better than Tyrese Halliburton. And I like Austin Reeves, for the record. I really do. I think he's a great player. I actually think he's underrated. Is that a real conversation?
I guess on social media.
I feel like that's something Russ would say. Like, that seems like a Russ take.
He has had a better year, probably.
Austin Reeves?
This year specifically.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, Tyrese is coming on, though. But, hey, we won the trade. Who's not hot?
The Cleveland Cavaliers. Before meeting with the Sacramento Kings, they were doing quite well, but they now lost 3 in a row. And they did at one point have the best record in the league, but they now trail the Oklahoma City Thunder by 1 game.
Well,
is this the beginning of the end?
Yeah. Hey, guess what? Cleveland figured you out.
Yeah. See you in the finals.
L Street's that way. Yeah. I'll see you in the finals where we'll be favored.
Yeah. Because we'll win in Cleveland for sure.
You think Cleveland on the flight home or wherever they're going right now last night was like, oh, God. And we have to play them again in like a week or 2 at home.
Maybe we'll sit out.
One of my favorite moments in my sporting career was we were just like, we weren't a good team. We're a small school.
Yeah.
And our JV team beat not Christian Brothers. I'm totally blanking on the team. No, the team on the school on 50, Capital Christian.
Sacramento's #1 poker. Oh, sorry.
Capital Christian. Calvary. Anyways,
yeah,
good team, much better than us.
Well, Capital Christian's a pretty big
and
school.
We were just like played the best game we ever played, barely won, and we're back in our locker room celebrating. And next door, we could just hear the coach screaming at the kids.
Really?
You lost to Sacramento Lutheran High School.
Wow,
that's one of my best moments.
I mean, look, I don't know if you've seen this. But have you seen the NCAA March Madness rankings based on the Jesusness of the school? This is like a real thing where like there's a bunch of religious, either really religious or like Duke, that are in the tournament, and there's people actually like, are you going to bet against it?
I think that's how my mother-in-law picks the team.
At your own peril, exactly. And so, there's all these different like St. Mary's of this and St. Mary's of that.
We lost St. Peter's.
Yeah, we lost St. Peter's. Yeah, that's it. They're out now. Yeah, that didn't work out. Yeah, I thought that was a very interesting take. Also, speaking of interesting takes, let's see, where are we at? 52, and then okay, we got time. Next segment. I want to talk to you. Please don't let me forget. 9:13. Please remind me of the different take on March Madness you're looking at. I think this is really interesting. 9:13.
That I am. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing you were showing me earlier.
Hello.
All right, 3 of the Kings and Cavs from last night. You know what I mean. Oh, by the way, after the band last night for my kids' school, they were all cleaning up afterwards, and this kind of awkward-looking kid. I mean, they're all awkward at that age. But he was taking the cymbals off the stage, and he dropped them, and they all crashed to the ground, and everybody stopped and looked at this kid, and then they applauded him.
Did they make a song?
Oh my God. His face was like a tomato. It was so red. I felt so bad for him. Go get him, Ginge. Yeah. It happens to the best of us. Back to you.
All right. Yesterday in our 3 in the Key, our first category, we had fun with this. Total dunks in the game between the two teams. Davey said 9, which was your lucky number the last time, and you got it correct.
Right.
I said 7. Chris said 8. I kept track during the game. First quarter, 0 dunks.
9. There were 9.
Second quarter, Devin Carter, Isaac Jones.
Okay.
Third quarter, Max Strus, Jonas Valanciunas, Keon Ellis, Devin Carter, Keegan Murray, Evan Mobley. Fourth quarter, Trey Lyles, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Trey Lyles, Devin Carter. 14 dunks.
Jeez.
You win. You were the closest.
That's a lot of dunking.
Especially after 0 in the first.
They should have called, instead of calling that game a basketball game, they should have called it donuts for all the dunking. Hold on a second. They should have called it dunking because all the wait. They should call it donuts because all the dunking. The dunking.
Please clap.
Back to you, Jason.
Then we asked for the Kings' leading scorer. You said DeRozan, 26. I said LaVine, 26. Chris said LaVine, 28. Dave, you win, and you almost got right on 27.
Look at that. Bam.
They should have called it.
You should have called the game donuts because all the dunking.
And lastly, the random stat. You said, and we were going to guarantee to get this right because we had the 3 options.
Yeah.
You said the Chun will make a 3.
The Chun.
I said the Chun will miss all of his 3-point attempts. Chris said the Chun will not attempt a 3. He was 0 for 1. I got it.
You got it. I wish he'd have made it.
Yeah.
I wish he'd have made it because then we could have called the game John Waite because he ain't missing you at all.
And then we have a 3 in the Key for today if we want.
Oh, let's go. 3 in the Key right now. Kings Falls, the return of Red Velveetino.
All right, here we go. Question 1. Total dunks, Dave.
Total dunks. Let's see. Nope. I'm going back to 9.
Okay.
I'm 2-0 with it.
I'm going to go with 7.
Okay.
10.
This is a triple header here.
Oh, dear.
Huerter points, DeRozan points, LaVine points, all playing their former team.
12, 26, 22.
Okay, I'm going to go 14 Huerter, 22 DeRozan, 30 LaVine.
8 Huerter, 23 DeRozan, 24 LaVine.
Lastly, random stat.
Random stat. Nikola Vucevic will have a 20-point double-double.
Okay. I have the Kings will have 100 or more points after 3 quarters.
Oh, wow. Gosh, they should call tonight's game Phil Jackson's birthday party because of all the ex-Bulls. There's going to be a lot of...
Chris?
Why Phil Jackson?
Because he coached the Bulls. And so if
the
he had a
Lakers.
birthday party... Right, but that doesn't work because we're playing the Bulls, stupid.
Running of the Bulls.
Right.
Valanciunas will make a 3-pointer tonight.
Just call tonight Pamplona because all the Bulls that'll be running.
There we go.
Thank you. All right, we can all agree on that. We'll take it. When we come back,
That's Bull.
The Bulls are back in town tonight.
Is this a night court reunion because of all the Bulls?
Hey, is he still with us?
Yes.
Is he?
I think I've seen him recently.
Richard Mole?
Yes.
I don't think he
like this just
is.
happened,
Like in the last year or two.
I think.
Oh,
that's
come
terrible.
on.
I don't
All
wanna-
right, we'll
I don't
take a
wanna
break. When we come back,
speculate.
is Bull still with us at tonight's game next?
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Fisher Investments. We may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
In the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you know colon cancer can be detected early or prevented through regular screening?
I have detected Around Earth is the greatest lie ever.
Okay, Roger. My uncle just passed away and I inherited his cockatoo, Roger. He was a member of the Flat Earth Society, so Roger picked up on some of his rhetoric. Anyway, screening, such as a colonoscopy.
Screen these! Screen these!
Roger that, Roger. Moving on. Colonoscopies can detect early-stage colon or rectal cancer or even polyps, which are abnormal growths that can turn into cancer over time.
I'm a Flat Earth walker.
Come on, Roger. What did I do to my uncle to deserve you? You don't get to choose what you inherit, just like colon cancer. Unlike Roger here, I believe in science. And science says that if colon cancer runs in your family, you're more likely to develop it yourself. Talk to your doctor about when you should start screening. Find out more at coloncancercoalition.org. A message from the Colon Cancer Coalition.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Sacktown Sports is bringing you the biggest live events in town. Whether you're rocking out or dancing the night away, check out the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. Get ready for an epic night out. Papa Roach and Rise Against take over Golden One Center March 29th. That same night, comedy legends Jay Leno and Arsenio Hall bring the laughs to Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Get ready to laugh your socks off. And for all you country fans, Lee Bryce and Walker Hayes hit Ironstone Amphitheater June 21st. Then head to Santa Rosa for Country Summer with Sam Hunt, Kane Brown, and Dustin Lynch June 27th through the 29th. Then back to one of the most beautiful venues as Parker McCollum takes the stage August 16th at Ironstone Amphitheater in Murphys, California. Don't miss out. Find more info and score your chance to win tickets at sacktownsports.com. Again, get all the details on the hottest events happening in town and your chance to win tickets at sacktownsports.com.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yeah. Hey, gonna get busy with some March Madness here momentarily. We will get them brackets ready. Mine are finalized. Yours are finalized.
Yep.
Somehow mine's already busted.
Coming up at 9:13. We will we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll give you our Final Fours, our champions, et cetera, et cetera. During the break, we asked. Night Court was one of my favorite.
You didn't look at
Nope.
did you?
And I haven't even looked at the chat because I know someone else said it. I love Night Court. Watched every episode. Loved Dan Larroquette. Loved Harry Anderson. R.I.P. Marky Post was literally my first crush.
Have you watched the new one?
I have not.
I have not either.
Because I don't want to.
Yeah, I've seen John Larroquette's in it. I'm just trying to understand it, but I haven't seen it. I've seen commercials for it.
I just can't, and I feel bad. Like maybe it's good, but you're messing with perfection.
I always like the the bailiff, the other lady. That was pretty funny.
The one who was diabetic, African American woman, short.
Yeah. Funny. Roz. All the characters are funny, but yeah.
Roz is in Frasier.
The other Roz. Oh, those two. All right, Richard Mole, the actor. We just want. Man,
yeah.
I hope this has a good ending. Is Bull Shannon, Richard Mole, still with us, Christopher Ladd?
What's your guess?
I'm saying he is because I want him.
I feel like it was no, but I don't.
But
I don't like playing this game.
I don't think he is. I'm changing my mind. I really don't. I think he died like 2 years ago or a year ago.
So what year?
I'll say 20. I'll say he died in the last year.
Let's say it's always further back than 2021.
Okay.
Well, you guys are wrong.
Okay.
He died in 2023.
Oh, okay.
Well, R.I.P. Richard Mole. Bull Shannon. I liked him.
I was just showing. I didn't show obviously the birth and death to Jason, but I was just showing him all the movies that he was in.
I was just going to ask you, I don't remember him in anything outside of Night Court.
I didn't know the name. He just showed me the scroll down of all the movies and TV shows.
He was so awesome in Night Court, and I don't remember him in anything else.
Loaded Weapon 1, The Flintstones, Jingle All the Way, Casper, A Spirited Beginning, Casper Meets Wendy. Oh, a lot of Caspers.
A lot of Caspers.
Evolution, Scary Movie 2.
I've seen one of these.
I met two. Loaded Weapon and Scary Movie.
Thomas Kincaid's Christmas Cottage. He played Big Jim.
Oh, I bet he played a lot of big somethings.
Sorority Party Massacre.
Oh, that one was great. Oh, I remember that. The plot was amazing. Then the twist at the end.
Man, his shows are crazy, though. Welcome Back, Kotter. The Rockford Files. Happy Days. Bigfoot and Wild Boy.
Oh, my favorate show as a kid.
Bigfoot and Wild Boy.
I'm not kidding.
No, you're not.
I am not kidding. Bigfoot and Wild Boy. Honestly, if anybody on YouTube has seen that, pull up the trailer. It is the worst of all time.
Boy?
Yes.
Oh,
can you please pull up that?
No, I've never even heard of
there it is.
Bigfoot and Wild Boy.
It began in 1977 as part of the Croft Super Show on Saturday mornings.
There's the theme.
Bigfoot and Wild Boy. Let's see if I remember this.
It was before you.
It was before me? Or...
Legendary Bigfoot, who 8 years ago saved a young child lost in the vast wilderness and raised that child until he grew up to be Wild Boy.
Watch him run as fast as the car with the speedometer. Yes.
Wow. He's hairy. Great music.
It chips.
Oh, wow. He's going through a bunch of rocks right now. Oh, this is very Bionic
Man.
Yes, very Bionic Man.
Bigfoot and Wild Boy.
Wow, Bigfoot and Wild Boy.
I think I'm the only one. Does anybody remember that?
No.
It was before you. I mean, I barely remember.
The series was heavily influenced by the two-part Bigfoot episode of The $6 Million Man, from the superpower Bigfoot character to bionic sound effects used for Bigfoot running and leaping.
It was the exact same. So was this right around? This is probably right around Greatest American Hero time.
Oh, before that.
Really, it was before that even.
Yeah, this would have been like a Saturday morning.
77 to 79.
What was the donkey that could kick Gus? Was this that right
Probably.
around that time? Maybe.
Which became a family favorite of yours.
It's halftime.
It did. Hold
to
on,
open
that's
the
my
fridge.
fault. I got it. Hold on. If you'd asked me before the show, Bigfoot and Wild Boy, TV series or porn, I would have had to think about it.
Oh, I didn't say it wasn't.
Oh, that kind wow, it was an HBO.
Yes. I'm so glad that got brought up.
The Bulls are in town tonight. It's the return of Kevin Huerter.
Bigfoot. Wild Boy.
Kevin Huerter revenge.
That should be our next tandem name for the Kings.
Why not?
Who would be Bigfoot?
Who would be big?
Valanciunas?
Yes, Valanciunas.
Who's Wild Boy?
Devin Carter.
Devin Carter.
Okay.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
We got
Oh my
Bigfoot and
God,
Wild Boy.
Bigfoot and then every time one of them makes a basket or something, you play the theme. It's Bigfoot and Wild Boy and your Sacramento Kings. I mean, we're just printing money for them. Brought to you by Fantasy.
Hey, maybe we should keep this in house and make shirts.
What you mean as a radio station make unauthorized Kings memorabilia shirts?
Yeah.
No.
Never really thought about it that way.
No. Bigfoot and Wild Boy. That's just a great name. Well, I hope we see a little more of that tonight.
Yes.
As Kevin Huerter's coming into town.
Yeah.
Maybe. I wonder if he still has a by the way, we reached out. No hard feelings.
No response?
Not
beef? You and him have beef?
We're beefing.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I will tell you, knowing Kevin a little bit.
They did play last
night.
night.
They did play last night. Here's my prediction is I will get a text from him either pregame today or tomorrow. Sorry, just saw this. And then it'll be something like, yeah, I didn't have time. Also just kind of focus on this. You really wish tell everybody, give him my best, that type of thing.
And then we're going to say no.
And we'll say, no, we will not.
Hugs to Sacramento.
You know what our best was? That shellacking you got last night.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, that is a thing. I mean, it's perfectly natural for Kings fans to think this way. But, guys, please beat the Bulls tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just not do that thing
right
where we have amazing, awesome win and then Lucy in the football it.
Yeah, because there's still a beast of a homestand even after that, right? You still have 4 more games against 3 really good teams and a team that's bothered you in Portland.
No, well, you know what, guys? Let's do it, shall we? We haven't done this yet. I honestly am. Well, I haven't looked yet.
Okay.
Are we all 3 going to say the Kings will be favored tonight? I assume
they are.
Yes.
They got to be.
They have to be. Okay. I'm going to say the Kings are favored. I'm going to say 5.5.
That's a really good number.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, thanks.
You know what?
What?
I'm going to do?
What?
It's 5.5.
Wow.
No, it's 4.5.
Oh, someone's not a team player. All right. Kings versus Bulls tonight at 7. You say 4.5.
Yes.
We said 5.5. Well, I will say this. He went out on his own. He wasn't a team player. However, that decision, well, it cost him a win. We don't have a correct answer.
He's closer?
No, it
cost me the
him
win.
win. Because the Kings are favored by 6.5. Maybe next time don't go off on your own, Chris. Like Bigfoot and Wild Boy did.
Yes.
6.5. Kings favored by 6.5. The Bulls are 16 and 18 away from home, though. And they're led by Nikola Vucevic, 19 points, 10 boards, a little over 3 assists. If Domantas Sabonis is Diet Jokic and Alperen Şengün is new and improved Domantas Sabonis of the future, then Nikola Vucevic is Diet Sabonis.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll accept that.
I would say he's a very serviceable center who can do a lot of different things, including hit shots from the outside. The Bulls are 29 and 40, and when we take a look at their current form right now, well, look, the bad news if you're a Kings fan is they've won 5 of their last 7.
Okay.
Including a 4-game winning streak at Orlando, at Miami, home Indiana, home Brooklyn. They lost by 3 at Houston. They beat the Utah Jazz by 14 in Utah. And they're coming off of yesterday, so both teams on a back-to-back, a 6-point loss at Phoenix. Here's what that tells me. Danger Will Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
This is a team that's playing probably their best basketball of the year. And they've still got the Lakers and Denver to go. So they probably see this, whether they're right or wrong, as maybe their best chance to get a win before they head home. Just that doesn't mean the Kings shouldn't win tonight, and they should.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'm a little nervous about saying that because last night I said they should lose, and they won. But call it as I see it. The Kings should win tonight. But don't take this team lightly, dude.
No, you can't do that. The other thing is they're a little bit like the Kings in the fact that they're in the play-in, basically. But they're just 11 games below 500. They're the 9th right now, and they're probably not moving much different than the 9th or 10th.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think this is the rest of the season is basically a pre-play and training camp, in which you just want to probably win more than you lose. But honestly, you're probably not moving too much one way or the other. March Madness is about to begin, and man, that cheeseburger looks really good on TV right now. We will not talk about cheeseburgers. We will talk about March Madness, our picks, your picks, upsets, and more as the madness is set. We'll be right back on Sacktown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions, plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports, all in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
We're moments away from the start of the NCAA tournament in 9:15. It says it's starting at 9:15, Jason.
Well, let's go. They're late. Come on, NCAA.
Creighton, Louisville. Oh, and want to remind everybody out at Tom's Watch Bar place. Yeah.
Big day out there.
Big day out there down at Doco. We've got Alan Stiles, who's going to be manning the fort down there doing his show live. Join him down at Tom's from 10 to 2. Going to be an absolute blast. And then Whitey and Kyle take over from there.
And then even game night.
I mean,
Marsh and Henry.
And then they just roll right over to Golden One Center. It's going to be a long day for those guys. Going to be a fun day. And talk about, look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I know we all have jobs and responsibilities. But here's my thing. If you were going to take a day off, call in sick or whatever, if you have a personal day, let me just outline what you should be doing. Take the day off. You have my permission. Make something up. No, it can't be like someone died because that's bad karma, but like, oh, you know, maybe the best thing about having kids is being able to use them as fake excuses. So like, oh, my kid, what?
So don't say that someone died because that's bad karma, but say that your kids are sick and that's not bad karma.
That's sick. That's not died. I don't care. Look, if Avery catches a stray, but I get the day off, whatever, she'll be fine. Builds character. What I'm saying is, oh, my kid threw up at school. I gotta go. Like, that's a great, nobody can deny you that. Whatever you need to do, get out of work today. Head down to Tom's. They're going to have all kinds of deals, food, drink, all that. And check this out. It's going to be 60-something degrees today. I know it's a little cloudy, but whatever. Go down there, spend all day watching these games, and then get yourself a ticket if you don't have one already. Kings and Bulls. You're probably, not for sure, but you're probably going to see a win tonight. I said probably, meaning they're favored. Just like I said, they were probably going to lose last night. I guess I'm reverse jinxing. What a great Thursday. And then guess what?
What?
You go back to work tomorrow, but it's Friday. It's almost like a 3-day weekend with a quick pause for work.
Yeah.
Or maybe your kid's still throwing up.
Or maybe your kids are still throwing up. Maybe all of a sudden you woke up with a really bad headache and some stomach pains, which might be true depending on what kind of day you have today. So currently right now we have
another little bit of advice. If you don't have the Kings for that Bulls game, stay at Tom's Watch Bar.
Yeah.
Pay attention like right around tip off.
Yeah.
go to those websites that are selling tickets. You can usually find something pretty cheap.
Can I get the breaking news banner, please?
When it breaks,
We have it first.
it's Sacktown Sports breaking news.
Tournament just started. We're already on upset watch. Jason Ross, number 9 Creighton, leading number 8 Louisville 2-0. Now it's early in the game, but all eyes are on the South region. Amica Pavilion is probably not where the hell are they?
Rupp Arena?
Rupp Arena. Oh, that's the home of the Kentucky Wildcats. 2-0.
I don't see Louisville coming back from this.
I don't either. And by the way, Creighton has the ball after 2 consecutive Louisville misses. They are at Dougie McBucket's alma mater. Can't be stopped. Just 19:02 left in the first half.
And you and I already have a divider here. Like no one in the history of the pool that I've done has ever, just the first day, 16-0. No one's ever done it. You and I, one of us is losing.
I'll say this as a fact.
At this point, it looks like it's me.
At the end of this game, one of us will not be getting a perfect bracket. That is a guarantee.
Guaranteed.
Still on upset watch.
It's getting worse.
It's really getting worse. Yeah, that guy looks like Bane with that mask on. Coming up here in about 20 minutes, High Point is taking on number 4 Purdue. Then at 10:30, Montana takes on Wisconsin. SIU Edward. What the hell is SIU Edwardsville?
That's a bank.
What even does SIU stand for?
Southern Illinois University Edwards. I don't know.
That's a hell. Hey, you know what?
South Indiana.
That's a really good guess. I'll bet you it's one of those. They take on Houston, number 1 seed. 11:50, Alabama State takes on Auburn. Ooh, rivalry game. Alabama-Auburn. Iron Bowl, but for basketball and not the same team. McNeese State takes on Clemson, 12:15. VCU BYU at 1:05. Georgia Gonzaga. That's a very alliterative matchup at 1:35. Wofford Tennessee, 3:50. That was an 80s show as well. Wofford Tennessee on Fox, which didn't exist early in the 80s. Arkansas and Kansas. First time, only the 4th time, I should say, in the history of the NCAA tournament that 2 teams with the same last 3 letters are taking on each other. Arkansas and Kansas.
How about the last 6 letters? Arkansas and Kansas.
Okay, honestly, first time that's ever happened.
Yes.
It's happened 3 times with the 3 letters, but they each, the last 6, you have Arkansas and just Kansas.
Yeah. Louisville's on a 2-0 run.
Louisville's on a 2-0 run. We are all tied up at deuces. Creighton, Louisville. Creighton looking for the Cinderella and
Not
missing
today.
a 3. Not
It's
today.
over. It's done.
Is it?
Chris, who do you have in that game?
I believe Louisville.
All right.
Wow, 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Yale taking on Texas A&M. That's at 4:25. I'm sure those SAT scores are perfectly matched. Drake, rough year for him.
Yes.
The 11 seed, 30-3, by the way. Well, he's not facing Kendrick in the first round. He's facing Missouri. And if they lose, there's going to be a lot of Missouri at where Drake's at. What is Drake in Canada? What the hell what is Drake? Not,
Bulldogs.
Where's
What if they had played Lamar?
Oh my God, Drake versus Lamar. They're not like us. Utah State, UCLA at 6:25. Jason Ross, break this down. UCLA favored by 5.5. Worst loss in the history of the program if they lose tonight?
No.
Okay. Omaha. Peyton Manning's favorite school. Omaha taking on St. John's. That's Rick Pitino. St. John's favored by 18.5 in this one, Jason.
That's a heavenly bathroom.
That is a heavenly. It is. UC San Diego. San Diego means a whale's tail, I believe is what I heard somewhere. They take on Michigan, former national champion Michigan. Yeah. That's at 7. And then to end everything for the day, UNC, Wilmington, and Texas Tech.
There you go.
Michigan 2.5-point favorites over UC San Diego. That's a big one that a lot of people are looking for upsets. BYU just 2.5-point favorites over VCU.
My most probably odd upset pick, I picked High Point over Purdue. Not for any specific reason, but
I know they're both in the Big
Ten.
Not
with any knowledge.
Whatever the hell it is. I Purdue and Wisconsin probably pissed me off more than any of the other teams.
I mean, last year Purdue got to the
That's
finals.
what I'm
with
saying.
Zach Edey, but then
I had him out in the first round or second round last year. You just don't know.
Yeah. So you wanted to talk about this other?
Yes, thank you for reminding me. So you told me this morning you're actually entering another bracket style pool, but this is one I honestly think is a really good idea that I just never heard of before.
Yeah, a friend of mine sent it to me, and I was like, I don't know, but I'm intrigued by it. So basically, a lot of people have played football survivor pools. NFL, you pick a team a week. If they win, you move on. That's simple as that, and you can't pick the same team again. Well, same premise here. And so, but there's a lot more strategy to this because, like logically, well, Duke as a 1 seed, they're not going to lose the 116. It's happened once, right? Or, Auburn or whatever. Yeah, you could pick them.
Sure.
And they advance.
That's
great.
It.
But you can't pick them again. So you don't want to be in a spot where, let's say the finals later was Duke, Florida, and you've already used both. You're out because you can't pick a winner. So there's a little bit of strategy to it. So this is my first year trying it, and we'll see how we do.
Do you happen to know, are the points weighted for each round? In other words, if I pick the winner of the finals,
no.
So it's 1 point.
Just surviving.
Oh, you're just duh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm an idiot.
So I mean, you could pick the greatest upset today. That's great. You've moved on with a team no one expected, and it's just today. So. Tomorrow will be another round again. I think the most picks you'd have is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 4 if you make it through. And then 4 next week. That'd be 8. And the Saturday, 10.
I wonder if there's scenarios where like a bunch of people don't even nobody makes it to the finals because at some point,
if you've used the team or that would be it.
If you've used the team,
you'd have to have used the teams.
Like if it's Duke and Florida in the finals and you think Duke's going to win, but you already used them, or better yet, let's say it's Duke and McNeese.
Yeah, then you have to pick McNeese.
You have to pick McNeese.
Right.
You have to because you already picked. God, that is insane.
Yeah, it is weird. And then,
Stressful.
on the flip side of that is, let's say you're like, I'm going to pick Duke because I actually don't think they're going to win it.
Yeah.
And so you're like, all right. And they went out in the third round. You're like, that's fine.
Yeah, that's
fine.
Got
I
them.
already made it through. And you saved them.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's a weird. I don't know. I've never done it. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I know in the football pool, our NFL football pool, my strategy is always, dudes, quit screwing around.
Yeah.
Just you pick the favorite each week until and if you miss on that team, that team's done, whatever. But in this, you almost can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't.
Mine in football is lose the first week.
Yes. Who did you pick, if I may ask, who did you pick in the first round of your survival pool?
So I did a couple of them.
Okay.
One, I picked St. John's. So I think that's a 2. I think they will advance, but I don't think they're going to be a tournament champion. That's my own belief.
Right.
I picked for today, who else? I already forgot.
I think Texas Tech.
Yeah, Texas Tech. And I had 3 of them. I also picked I think I picked Tennessee in 1.
Oh, did you?
And Wofford. Now that one could be risky because it might advance pretty far.
Well,
I just wanted to make sure I advanced.
Well, when we come back, we'll update you. It is upset watch in the South region as number 9 Creighton beating Louisville. Just 15:24 left in the first quarter, and they've already built it up to a 1-point lead. So all eyes on the Creighton Blue Jays. And when we come back, we got what to watch.
Mm-hmm.
We're also going to get into our Final Four and our eventual champions as well. We'll do that next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Northwest Exteriors wants to keep you cool all season long. Trusted in Sacramento for heating and cooling systems. Book your tune-up today as part of our 30th anniversary special. Call 888-TRUST-NW or visit trustnorthwest.com.
Simply the best. Trust Northwest.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. It's cold, and American Energy wants you to stay warm and make sure your system's operating safely. Here's the deal. A $49 tune-up inspection, which is regularly $119. That's a full safety and duct inspection. But guess what? If your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. That's right. It's free. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. And if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Oh, by the way, breaking news. They're hiring right now. Here's the deal. They'll train you, full benefits, generous incentive-based pay. Just call today for more details at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Not only great deals from American Energy, but possibly a new career for you. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home? Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigiOJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry, from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older, have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigiOJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit, with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at PrestigiOJewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code SACTOWNSPORTS at checkout to save 10%.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
The word for has been used in golf for centuries, and its origins can be traced to the Middle Ages. According to historians, the word for is derived from the Old English word meaning before or in front of. In those days, the term was used to warn people of incoming arrows during archery practice. Another theory suggests that for has military connections. During the 19th century, artillery officers would yell for to warn their troops of incoming shells. This practice may have carried over to golf. The most popular theory, however, is that for has Scottish roots. In Scotland, forecaddy was used to describe a person who walked ahead of the golfers to spot where their ball landed. The forecaddy would then yell for to warn the golfers if their ball was heading towards another golfer or a spectator. Today, for is used to warn golfers or spectators of an errant shot. Whether it's derived from the Middle Ages, military practice, or Scottish roots, for has become an integral part of the game of golf, and now you know why. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
We're still on upset watch.
Oh, it's getting worse.
16-15 Creighton over Louisville. That's a 9-8. TV timeout, just 11:55 left.
You picked a 9?
During the break, Jason tore up his bracket.
I did.
Don't blame him.
It's done.
I don't want to get to,
I hate losing the first game.
I don't want to, but I don't know how anybody, you watch the first, I don't know how anybody could have picked Louisville.
Actually, watching them, I don't think they should be in the tournament.
West Virginia should be in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why. Don't bitch about North Carolina. Jason Ross.
Yes.
I have 2 brackets. You have 2 brackets?
I do. Well, mine, and I help the J-Man out.
The J-Man, yeah. All right. Very simple. Final 4 and champion in my prime bracket. The one that this is how I think things will go. I went out on, look, don't laugh.
Yeah.
I went out on a limb with a couple of these. Top left, Auburn. Number 1 seed Auburn. They will take on number 1 seed Florida.
Okay.
On the right side of the bracket, I have Duke and Houston.
Okay.
I have Florida and Duke in the championship, with Florida winning the whole thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In mine.
And yours.
We have 2 of the same Final Four.
Oh, okay. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Duke and Florida.
Incorrect.
Oh, wow.
One of them.
Okay. Florida?
Yes.
Okay.
Top left. The South. Iowa State.
Oh.
Florida.
Uh-huh.
Alabama.
Ah.
Houston. Wow. Florida, Houston.
I'm going to tell you right now, if that's the Final Four and Houston wins the whole thing, you're winning your own tournament.
Think so?
I could guarantee it. Christopher Ladd.
Yes.
Do you have a Final Four?
I do.
Okay. Could I have it, please?
Michigan State,
Uh-huh.
Florida, Duke, Tennessee.
I will say this: the one you put in there that I was super tempted to take was Michigan State. Michigan State, I really wonder about. I don't know if they're overrated or underrated with Tom Izzo, but yeah. And
with Michigan State, it's always like, they're not going to do well this time.
And then they do. Who did you say your final was, by the way?
Florida versus Duke.
And you have who winning it all?
Duke.
Certainly do. Bracket 2. This is the one, little bit of a mixy upper. I have on the left side of the bracket St. John's taking on Michigan State. On the right side of the bracket, it's chalk, Duke and Houston. But my championship, Michigan State versus Houston, with Houston as the champion. So my second bracket's a little bit like Chris Verlott's first bracket in some senses. Jason?
I realized looking at I have Iowa State, Florida, Alabama, and Houston in that one as well.
You do?
And then I have Florida, Houston, and I have Florida. So, but there are other differences along the way.
Sure, but that's funny. You and J-Man could be splitting cash.
Well, no, because we have different champs.
Oh, I got you. That's right. No, you couldn't. Sorry. But you could be in a situation where either way you're winning.
Or he's rooting against me.
Ooh, yeah. Then it's a family thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't taken a look at Sean Cunningham's bracket yet, but I can tell you he has Duke winning it all.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
I know, right?
Yeah, now that it's all populated, you get to see all the different champions.
Oh. And can you tell us, all right, I would assume, does it have a count there?
No, I have to do that manually. That one's the challenge.
Yeah.
My team name is Sushi Glory H.
Yeah.
Is what?
It's an SNL. It's a good poll.
Alan Stiles has Tennessee.
I see a Kansas champion.
Oh, God.
Connecticut.
A couple of St. John's is.
Yeah. Michigan State. Purdue.
Nate Littlefield has Florida.
Who?
Nate Littlefield.
Nate Littlefield. There's a Maryland.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Sorry. He used to work here. Let's see. This is good radio. Sean Cunningham has 3 brackets, and 2 of them he has Duke. One of them, Florida. Interesting. Is this interesting to everybody listening right now? Day after the Kings win a
Matthew Ross has Duke a bunch of times.
Oh,
that's a separate family members there.
There's a Melissa Smith picking Florida as their champion.
Yeah, Melissa Smith picked. Oh, let's go. I haven't seen this yet because he wanted to surprise me. All right, here is my son's Final Four. I know this is what you guys were all waiting for. On the left side of the bracket, number 1 Auburn, number 4 Maryland. See, Mason always goes for the weird matchups. On the right side, number 3 Wisconsin versus number 3 Kentucky. Auburn versus Wisconsin. Auburn is your national champion. My son's brackets, I'm just not going to lie, they're almost always trash.
Didn't he do well a couple years ago?
Yeah, well, yes, he did. It was a few years ago he did well. There was a bit of a difference between that bracket and this bracket today. Let's just say that bracket, you're specific. I know exactly which one you're talking about because it tweaked there was a little sphincter twiddling there, tweaking it with we might. Let's just say he had some help.
Okay, got it.
My wife. Number 2 Michigan State, number 1 Florida versus number 1 Duke, number 1 Houston. She has Florida and Houston in the final, and Florida as her champ.
Sounds familiar.
That sounds very familiar. Well,
what was your would you say oddest pick? Weird upset? Anything that jumped out to you, or just subtle things?
In my main bracket, I've got a couple of upsets. I do have Creighton over Louisville. I have I do have North Carolina. I think a lot of people will beating Ole Miss. I think I have a couple.
That's an 11/6. You were impressed by their win the other night.
I was. I have Colorado State actually beating Memphis. I feel bad about this, dude. I had Grand Canyon all the way until a day ago beating Maryland. I just couldn't pull the trigger on that. I do have Arkansas beating number 7 Kansas. I do have the Zips of Akron beating Arizona.
Whoa, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's the big upset. And then I have VCU over number 6 BYU.
Yeah.
And then I think, let me see again. I know this is amazing for everybody to listen to. I have McNeese State over Clemson. I'm not confident in that one.
What number of games do you think we'll have with this pool, which is the largest one we've had yet? I think it's around 260, 270.
Yeah.
When will the last person be undefeated till? How many games, if that makes sense? So there's 8 in the morning, 8 in the afternoon today. Nobody's done 16-0, which seems like it's possible, but will someone be 8-0 half the day?
I think so.
Okay.
I will
16?
say nope. I will say over under the 10.5 game.
Okay. I'm gonna say under.
Under.
Just based on history, but you never know.
Well, we'll see. I love how we are all now experts.
Yes.
We're all experts. By the way, upset watch continues. Creighton's up now, built the lead on almost, I don't want to say insurmountable, but at this point, Fat Lady ain't singing, but she is warming up. 25-21, Creighton with a big 4-point lead, just 8:30 left.
Which
in the first half?
Which Kings player will be the last one standing for their alma mater?
Okay, well, that's a great question, Jason.
So we got Zach LaVine, UCLA is in.
Zach
Sabonis is Gonzaga's in.
Well, I can
McDermott, Creighton.
You're forgetting one big one.
An obvious one. Hang on.
You're forgetting the guy that's definitely the favorite to be
Monk's Kentucky.
Monk is Kentucky. I would say that there. Monk is Kentucky. Scal is Kentucky. Trey is Kentucky. Sabonis is Gonzaga.
Keon.
Here we go. Keon Ellis, Alabama.
I've got him in the Final Four.
Yeah, I'd say he is definitely the favorite.
Okay.
And one of the great stories we hear every year too, which I would hope somebody with Kings Media who does such a great job will get some footage of the interplay in the locker room.
That's fun
because they've all got so many of them have alma maters that are in this, and then of course you have like I don't know, Jake LaRavia is like Wake Forest. And Markelle Fultz is like Washington was good
when I was there.
Meanwhile, new signing Terry Taylor is just like, I went to Austin P. PA.
Yeah.
I don't think Providence isn't, is he?
No.
Sorry, Devin Carter. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch, crosstalk, birthdays, and more right here on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health, and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers, too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Danzig Live. With special guests Down, Abath, and Chromags. Saturday, March 22nd, 6 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. On sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Danzig.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event ends soon. Versatile, dynamic, and built for anything. Toyota SUVs are always up for adventure. The only question is, where to? Right now, get low financing on 2025 RAV4 or shop Toyota's unbeatable lineup of hybrid SUVs like Grand Highlander Hybrid, RAV4 Hybrid, Toyota Crown Signia, and Land Cruiser. Hurry in. It's the final days of Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event. Toyota. Let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Offers end 3/31/25.
Unbelievable.
All right. Those are the sounds of tax accountants rejoicing after experiencing the power of Blue Jay, the leading generative AI solution for tax research. Tax season is here, and if you're an accounting firm, the pressure is on. Long hours and tight deadlines make this time of year a challenge for even the most seasoned tax professionals. So, tax accountants, here's your solution. Blue Jay, the preferred partner solution of CPA.com for tax research. Ask a complex tax question, and Blue Jay gives you better tax answers in seconds. Save time and maximize your clients' refunds with high-speed, accurate, and intuitive AI technology built with a library of only the most trusted tax resources, updated daily to keep up with changes in tax. For a limited time, save 40% off at bluejay.com/start now. That's BLUE, the letter J.com/start now. Or text BLUE to 511-511. Blue Jay, generative AI for better tax answers. Text BLUE to 511-511 today. Tax fees may apply.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
We've got another upset watch going on right now. High points.
This is March.
This is March. 13 versus 4, High Point Purdue. And they just grabbed the rebound off their own free throw miss. There's only 16 minutes left in the first, Jason. I'm not sure if Purdue can come back, but let me ask you this. With a 1-point lead, would you say this is the
high point
for them?
No, it's coming right here after this 3 that they took way too long to shoot the ball.
They're just too big.
Yeah.
Led by 7-footer Jocelyn Bodo.
New tournament favorite.
Bodo. Love that name. Jocelyn Bodo. And one of the high point players just took it in a low point and had to go back to the locker room. Meanwhile, it's all but over.
What?
Creighton versus Louisville. Creighton has now built a 7-point lead. And timeout probably Louisville.
Yeah. Oh, step into it.
Yeah. From the 5-3-0. Who did I take in my survivor pool? Katie's husband, of course. That's a good answer.
Still going?
Still as far, still
Nice.
going. He's like the Energizer Bunny.
Okay, good for him.
Purdue has come all the way back from 1 down. They take the lead 9-8.
It was fun while it lasted.
Would love to cross-talk with Style, but he's out doing
he's watch barring.
Watch barring. Can't hook up from out there. So that's fine. We'll just do celebrity birthdays all on our own. Brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Hey, listen. You know what's great about March Madness? A lot. You know what's even better about it, Jason? Enjoying March. Wait, hold on. I just had an alarm go off. Enjoying the basketball that happens to be played in March from a non-professional point of view and Crumble Cookies. Thank you. Legal teams watching. Crumble Cookies. Oh, my goodness, those are good. Scrumptious. Jason Ross.
All right, let's do it. Celebrity birthdays today. Happy birthday. Just the happiest of birthdays on this March 20th. But first. You're going against Chris. Is Kyle playing too?
Kyle, you playing? Kyle's looking. Kyle has a look on his face.
Oh, we got Alan.
Oh, sorry, Kyle. Oh,
You're up, Alan.
Alan.
Who's the person? I missed it.
We didn't do it yet.
We haven't done it yet. Perfect time.
Okay.
You're how's the crowd out there?
It's starting to fill up right now. You know, people are already getting some food in them, some drinks flowing. You know,
Nice.
They are.
Get out there to Tom's
people
Watch Bar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, and let me let everybody know too. Here's a secret about remote radio hits, like Alan's doing today. Same thing with Kyle and Whitey. I want to encourage everybody, if you do go out there and you see Alan or Whitey or Kyle broadcasting, the best time to go say hi is right in the middle of their broadcast. No, for real. Go. What are you spitting your water out for?
Everybody loves that.
If you see Alan's headphones on and him talking into the
That's
microphone,
your cue.
It makes the broadcaster look cool if he's saying hi to people on the air. So not only say hi, shake a hand, but maybe strike up a conversation and get some airtime.
Ask a long question.
And ask a line. Tell him Carmichael Dave sent you.
Real quick, can I tell a really quick story
It's
on that?
never real quick.
No, seriously. My last job, the last spot I was at, we were doing a remote, right? But they were serving food there. So our producer got us food and put the food on the table, and people thought those were the free samples and the food. So while we're on air, people are grabbing the food, and the producer is trying to say, hey, that's not your food, all while we're doing it. So
just
sampling
your sampler.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. Dave would do something like that on purpose.
Please make sure you pay for everything, by the way.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Celebrity birthdays, Alan Stiles, I was going to say in the building, but in the other building. Go ahead.
Okay, on this date, did the cinema classic Wild Things air?
I had a huge crush on Nev Campbell. I'm not going to
Oh,
lie.
I thought you were going to say Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, him too. Wild Things. 1997. Oh, Denise Richards was in that too.
Yeah,
she was.
Am I still second?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, Bill Murray.
Is this the one with the monster?
No. It's the one with.
Far from
I'll
it.
help him.
Oh, that's where the Wild Thing.
Yeah, it's the one. With,
I mean, if he did say the Kevin Bacon part, he's right.
It's the one with Goldie Hawn, and she takes over a football team, and she's coaching them and all that. And they go on to
close.
I'll say 96.
1998.
We have a correct answer. It goes to Christopher Law in 1998. All right, how about?
Did I just say that we're all three within a year?
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
How about the movie Basic?
But only
Instinct?
one was right.
Basic Instinct.
Very provocative movies today.
How did she even do that?
Not like that.
Basic Instinct.
I don't like that.
Basic Instinct is 1991.
93.
I think Dave is right. I think it's 1991.
I think it might be early.
We have a tie. It's 1992.
Oh,
great year for me.
All right, and the last movie, slapping the bass. I Love You, Man.
Ah.
All right. Jason Segel.
Yeah. Sexiest Man.
Rashida Jones.
2011.
No. That's a good 2010er.
I think it's
2010er.
2008.
We have a tie between Alan and Chris, 2009. Okay, happy birthday to Spike Lee.
Spike Lee. Spike Lee is 72. Got to be
Spike Lee. I don't know, man.
Well, take a guess, Alan.
Okay, it's 73. I don't like your tone today, Dave.
69.
Your bracket already busted.
No, I just wish I was out at Tom's watch party eating fun things.
Come on out.
All right. Spike Lee was 68. Chris is the closest.
Well done.
Happy birthday, Pat Riley.
81.
Now, here's a heat. He is 80.
81.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Alan Stiles, 80.
Alan,
call it a comeback.
Well done. What's coming up today out at Tom's Watch Bar?
Yeah, so not only are we talking about the huge win that your Sacramento Kings had, March Madness is upon us, and it is already rocking and rolling. And we're going to have a couple friends drop by, from Chris Watkins to Brendan Nunes to Frankie Cardicelli, not doing the typical round table, but it's more of a rainfall today, a waterfall, if you will, because it's going to be raining in Golden One Center tonight. Am I right?
Yeah.
You're right.
Interesting. Were you invited out there too to join Alan?
No.
Wow, I wasn't either. Okay.
He could have gotten a point for that too.
Yeah, wow, he could have. All right, for that guy and this guy and Kelly Brothers and all that. See you tomorrow. The beam is lit. Light it again. Welcome back, Kevin Huerter. Join Alan coming up next live from Tom's right here on Sacktown Sports.